Good, Mary. How are you?
Very
Nice to
good.
see your face. After you're
Yes.
moving. Yeah.
How's your day been today?
Yeah, pretty busy. Yeah, it's not too bad. I got home a little early, so I think this is a good time to catch you. Yeah, it's really hard to catch you in other days. Never know what time I finish. But I figured today was going to be an early day anyway. So how
Yes,
you been, mate?
I've been very good, keeping nice and busy, keeping up with what's going on in the world, and
Yeah,
what else? Much more
yeah,
effective. I've been doing a course on time management and systems, and that's been really good.
yeah. You got to systemize everything to make a most efficient use of your time. Yeah,
True.
you should do something like Six Sigma. Have you
I
heard of
know
Six Sigma?
somebody
It's
that
really good.
used to do that back when I was doing university. I can't believe it's like such a long time ago now. University, what was
Yeah,
it? 1990? No, it was
yeah.
later.
Would have been early 2000s. That would have been popular, but probably 1990s when we started, mid 90s, I think it was.
Yes, I
So
started
yeah,
university in 1999, 2000.
yeah, okay, you're much younger than I am then. I'm turning 50 this year.
Ah,
Mm,
that's
yeah,
unusual. Usually I'm always the older one, but that's okay. I don't mind. Everything's good. Age is
well, what's
just
your accent?
relative.
Is you South African or something, or what's that accent over here?
Dutch.
Dutch. Oh, there you go. Yeah, of course you
Yes.
know. So what do you do? Are you an investor? What do you do? What kind of stuff do you do?
So I'm an investor. I run the cash flow. I am looking at expanding and creating more around the cash flow, and I'm
Hmm.
really excited about that. So I actually had a lunch with a number of cash flow players in order to be able to discuss and think about ideas for what we can do to improve and grow and add more value.
That's good.
So that's been a
Yeah,
lot of
that'd be good. I'd be keen to join. I've got the game, but I don't have anyone to play with. So
fun.
I bought
So
the
you've got
board
plenty of
game.
people to play with here.
Good, good. So what are we doing today? Is this a game or is this a bit of a education? What's
So
happening
we're
today?
changing it up a little bit. So we are going to be doing a couple of different things. I was going to wait until a couple more people had joined. Jade's just
Hmm.
joined us, so nice to see you too.
Good idea, Jade.
And got some good music in the background, it sounds like.
Hello, I just finished work. I'm still walking home
Ah,
on my way.
so that might not have been music. It sounds like it was music, but maybe it wasn't. That's all good. So I know that we've got a couple more people coming, so we'll give it a few more minutes, maybe 2-3 more minutes, and then we'll get started. But we actually have a new format. So I'm going to be talking about a little bit of market news and things that I've seen and picked up on to start off with. So we're going to have a bit of like education kind of thing to start off with. Then we're going to do the game. We'll play for a bit. Then we're going to have a debrief. And then we'll also talk about the practicals, because one thing that my pet peeve is actually people that come and play cash flow and who then end up, oh wow, that's an interesting background for I'm still walking home.
Yeah, I don't know why it's that on. I've tried to. Why am I in this space?
All good.
But
all
sorry,
good.
keep going.
And
That's
then
good anyway.
one of my pet peeves is the fact that I used to have a lot of people that came to my cafe when I was running cash flow there, and they would play the game. And then I'd come up to them at the end and I'd say, okay, so what are we going to do this week? And they'd be like, do this week? What do you mean? And then the week after I'd see them and I'd say, what have you done? And they'd be like, nah, I haven't done anything. I'm not planning to do anything. So I want to assist and help people be able to take the lessons from the game. And whether you're already investing or not, it's the idea of either helping people begin or be able to take it to the next level if you're already investing. So yes. And it looks like
Interesting.
Lisa has joined us.
Actually, you know what? I just realized I might wear a shirt, just a bit of a respect. I didn't realize. I forgot. I'll be back in a tick. All right.
All good. All good. All good. And welcome, Lisa, as well.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Very, very good. I am looking forward to some cash flow tonight.
Yes, I'm doing after school drives to activities back and forth. I'll be in and out.
All good, but good to see you.
You too. I like your background.
Ah, thank you. So I really enjoy playing with backgrounds. I'll keep it nice and professional for cash flow, but for some other things, I like to play around and change it up.
Nice.
I'll quickly check up with Ethel, my VA, and see if we are waiting on anybody else to come in, and then we'll get started slowly. Let me see how
Sounds good.
she is going. Actually, there's a message there. Let's have a look. No, that one's not from her.
This is actually the first time I've used Zoom.
Sorry?
It's the first time I've used Zoom. It's got my daughter's name on it. I just realized.
Ah,
I use WebEx usually, or Google Meet. It's
yes.
quite good actually. Yeah, Zoom's pretty cool.
Very good, very good. I'll see if I can get in touch with my VA, quickly check to see if anybody else is in the waiting list on their way. And then we'll get started. I actually just had the recording of me reading Rich Dad Poor Dad. So up on the YouTube channel, we've got a new thing that I've been doing, which is reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, which has been really good. So I thought that would be a good way to get started. And yeah, so some people might have thought they actually saw me when the video started. Now, Mladen is also joining us, and I think that he doesn't have the link, so I'm going to quickly send that to him, and then he can join us as well. And then we'll get started, and if anybody else comes, they might be a little bit later, and we'll bring them up to speed. There we go. So Mladen's got the link. We'll let him come and join, and then we'll get started. How's that sound? Okay, I'll quickly check to see if he, oh, there he is. Admit. Okay, Mladen is also here. So I really appreciate you all being here. So welcome. We'll see if anybody else comes in, but we'll get started. So as I was telling some of you, and some of you may have heard, I actually had a meeting with a couple of people to have a talk about how we can improve and do even better things with cash flow. And some of the ideas were to talk a little bit about the market and then play the game, to do a debrief and see what we can offer to be able to help you get past some of the challenges through that debrief, so that you don't keep running into the same challenges. I was also suggested that we could create a 10-week program to help you understand the game better, get the concepts better, and then you can work your way through and then move on to an advanced version. So that's something that I'm also taking into consideration. And that way we can help you to set up the strategies, help you to understand certain elements of the game that you might not know. And Mladen, who just joined, created the online version, which is really exciting because it's more realistic. and it allows you to be able to see different concepts that you might not have seen before in the game. So it has more realistic taxation. We actually had a talk about taxation today and ways that we can help you to reduce your tax in the game, so that you can learn how to do it in real life as well. So these are some of the ideas that we have. And then we want to help you to be able to put it more into practice in real life. So those are some of the things that we want to have a chat about over the coming weeks as we start looking for ways to improve. So I am very excited about that. But let's not talk too much about what the plans are. Let's put the plans into action. So first of all, let's have a quick talk about market news. So I like to look at Yahoo Finance, and I thought I'd write down a couple of articles and talk about a couple of things that really caught my eye, because very often we'll play Cashflow, but I think it would be really good to have a talk about very quickly what's going on in the market, what kinds of things have been happening. And I know for some of you it's beginning days, but that little bit of a conversation can be really good to get the idea of what can I pay attention to, what's going on, what's important right now, and what do I find interesting, and what could I learn about a little bit more. So a quick recap of probably the last couple of days. Of course, everybody's going to be talking a little bit about the war, which is really, really unfortunate. Unfortunately, we've got a little bit of a thing going on in Europe. And then the other interesting thing that I noticed was that if we're talking about what's going on in the market and where there might be opportunities, I was reading that Europe is actually looking to find a way to be able to source its own gas and get that away from Russia and Ukraine, where it used to always get most of its gas from. So there could be some opportunities, for example, in the European market, smaller gas manufacturers and gas producers that are now going to be doing more business in Europe than before, because the Ukrainian and the Russian market has fallen away. Also really interesting is what's happening with the sanctions and the things that they're doing to punish Russia. And one of those things is the SWIFT code and the fact that they want to remove Russia from the banking system. And that's caused the ruble, the currency of Russia, to fall a little bit. Now, I don't want to be the only one talking about all of these things. I would love to hear a little bit about what your thoughts are and what you've been noticing, and whether you actually pay attention or whether this is all something a little bit new for you.
Oh, sorry, you were waiting for someone to start, was it?
I'm happy for anybody to start, yes.
All right. My thought on Russia, it's interesting because they're removing it from the SWIFT system, so which is what you require to transfer funds internationally. If you remove them, I see the alternative fiat or alternative currency, which is cryptocurrency, to actually increase in demand. That will not just involve Russia, that will involve other non-banking, or potentially has a danger of becoming a non-banking nations, like a lot of the Arab nations, for example. So I think a lot of it will flow into the cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, because those are things that governments can't hold. And that's the reason I hold them, because I don't believe in government control. I also think that the sanction is just going to hurt everybody, not just Russia, probably most people other than Russia. Yeah, they will not have access to, they could try to stem the flow of oil and other energy, but don't think it's really going to work. And if they do, what's going to happen is they will just increase the price of oil and gas and everything else that Russia produces anyway. They will increase it, and they will eventually enriching Russia even further, because that's how they got into these situations, because the price of oil had gone so high that they were able to enrich themselves over the last year and a half, much faster than they expected. So now they've got a lot of cash, or not cash, but a lot of leverage to be able to do what they do, because they've got so much, such a better ability to purchase those armaments and to be able to hold Russia in a state of like a fortress. So I really don't think whatever they plan to do, the sanctions, none of this will work. I think it had to be done before, not now, because Russia would have thought about this already. China will be assisting them with it. And China's been smart because now they've got control pretty much of almost all Pacific nations for one, because of the Road and Belts project. But also a lot of the goods worldwide is controlled by China. So effectively, Russia's not going to be cut off from anything. They'll get everything that they need. And the ones who's going to suffer are nations like us. So that's why I think majority of the investment should go towards, it's not an advice, just my opinion, towards crypto and real estate, because I think they're a lot more safer than current equities market, unless you're shorting it. But even then, that's a relatively high risk. That's my
Wow,
very worth.
You're very analytical.
I'm a crypto freak. So I follow a lot of the news, and I was a stockbroker for ComSec for since '96, and I think I stopped when I was there for about 10 years or something. So everything I think of is how to make money. But I'm just a laborer now. I cut trees for a living and labor, so that's what I do now, and I enjoy it.
Makes sense. So it's actually interesting because I was going to say, since you volunteered to give your thoughts, first of all, would you also like to introduce yourself so that everybody can get to know each other? So we'll get everybody's thoughts on a little bit what they might have noticed recently, and then introduce yourself so you can get to know each other, and then we'll get started to play the game after that.
Sure. Yeah, my name is John Villanueva. A client of mine when I was a stockbroker many years ago actually introduced me to Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad. So we were making good money, but I probably spent more than what I was earning. Yeah, so my background was stockbroking. 1996 is when I started. Then I became a banker, a merchant banker, or institutional bankers, what they call them in Australia. So I did a lot of institutional banking. Then I managed CBA for the state of Victoria for a couple of years in 2005. Then I started my own immigration business. Yeah, and I've been investing properties. I've held stocks, gold, silver, but I hold no gold, no stocks or silver now. I've put everything into my crypto. I hold all of my, not all, but majority, I'd say around about 80% of my superannuation in crypto as well, predominantly Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and Solana. And yeah, and I got pretty sick, survived. And when I came back to work, I decided to do something physical to keep me healthy because I was getting pretty fat, very unhealthy. So I started, cutting trees, and I'm doing laboring job. I still do some auditing for a hotel group called TFA. So that's just here and there whenever they need somebody. I probably work with them 4 or 5 times a year only. So it's not a regular thing, but I do enjoy it. Keeps my mind active. Yeah, and I got one child, one daughter, and only one wife. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got for myself here. Thank you.
That was nice and detailed. You've got a lot of experience, lots of different things that you've done, and you're looking very healthy now. So that's really good.
Thank you. Yeah, I used to be fat.
Okay, thank you, John. Jade, I would love to know whether you keep an eye on the market and whether you have anything to share about what you've noticed recently. And we'd love to get to know you. We'd love to know a little bit about you so you can introduce yourself to everybody.
Sure. So I'm Jade and new to crypto, been a couple of years. So following similar to what John was saying, that obviously because Ukraine is one of the country that made crypto legal. So initially got hit hard, but then now it's settled down. Today, Bitcoin is over 43,000 again, I think. So I did buy the dip when it was down a couple of weeks ago. What else? So I'm currently more interested in investing in property. Crypto for my portfolio probably is just 20, maximum 30%. What else? I'm also investing in ETF. I actually started from, so my background is in finance as well as an investment analyst. And I actually worked for Barclays back then when they had iShares. So that was my first point of entry into investing in. So yeah, index fund, exchange traded fund. It's the majority of my portfolio right now. I don't have shares. And yeah, that's pretty much me. I'm working as a career transition specialist now because I changed my career many times. And so yeah, that's where I am right now. And that's me. Is Cashflow a game that we're gonna play?
Yes, so I'll show you in just a second. We just wanted to start off by exploring a little bit the market overview and getting some ideas around what everybody thinks and sharing some ideas so that we can make it a little bit more practical, so that we have some ideas we can play, we can talk about how that might impact if it was a part of the game, and then we debrief and look at how to turn it into more practical. So we'll probably talk about some real estate for you at the end.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for introducing yourself. It's nice to meet you as well, Jade. Lisa, are you still live? Sorry?
Oh, I said likewise. Nice meeting you.
Yes, that was a bit too quick.
Hello.
I know that you are driving, but we'd love to...
No, but I won't turn on my camera because it's been a long day and you don't want to see what I look like right now.
I'm sure it's fine, but it's also fine like this. So we'd love to get to know you. It doesn't need to be in person, face to face.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lisa, and so just a little bit about me and what I do currently. I run a couple of businesses. One in particular, my husband and I run a IT recruitment and consulting company, and that's primarily our bread and butter. And I also run another online business as well. I have a background in economics, and I worked in the investment funds industry for many years, and then in government. The funny thing is that I worked in those industries and had very little knowledge of really how to invest for myself. So I did the typical thing that everyone does, just put your money away and hope for the best. Got introduced to Robert Kiyosaki's book just because we were looking for an alternative way, an alternative lifestyle. Really believed in the concept, played the cash flow game several times in person, obviously. I've been to several of Menno's events. And currently our investment portfolio consists of crypto. So the gentleman that just spoke before, I really agree with your analysis of what's happening with Russia. In fact, Russia has become one of the largest spots for mining. When China banned mining or Bitcoin in China, all the miners moved to Russia, and they didn't ban it. They, in fact, encouraged it. So I do think that this could potentially mean a movement away from a very unstable US dollar, which has been the base currency for many years and no longer holds its value. So I do agree with his analysis. So currently, crypto, we don't hold stocks directly in actual companies, but we've invested in EFTs, exchange traded funds, which I think that with the way the market is, it probably provides the most amount of stability because of the way the product is. That product didn't exist 10, 15 years ago. So I'm fairly new to it. And then also gold and silver. And the sky's the limit. So we'll see what happens.
Yes. Wow. Lots of deep thinkers today. So I wasn't sure if we'd have some newbies, but I think we have lots of experienced people today, which is really amazing. And I'm looking forward to exploring more around what we can do with regards to adding in a bit of a market overview at the beginning, which is something that was requested quite heavily when I went out for lunch with everybody. So thank you, Lisa, also for your great insights. And I love that everybody's being very topical on everything. And then over to you, Mladen. If you'd like to introduce yourself and give us some quick thoughts on the world at large and the market.
Hi everyone, my name is Mladen, and as Mano introduced me, I'm one who is working on the development of this new version of the game, Robert Kiyosaki board game, in order to add more realism, so it can be much better stimulating what it should be in life. Now, regarding the market, I'm not fully market at the moment. I'm more oriented to technical stuff about the simulator you're gonna see today. I'm not proficient that much, so I'd rather not speculate what is, what is not. Try to avoid look news about war, because I come from another country which is ruined by politics and wars and this civil insanity. So I'm trying to avoid that. So I hope you're gonna enjoy the game. If we have some technical issues, I'm gonna fix it, and enjoy.
Okay, so Ethel is also just joining us. Ethel is my VA, so you might have received some messages from her at some stage. She will be keeping an eye on everything in the background. So I appreciate everybody introducing themselves, and it's been amazing hearing your thoughts as well. And I'm glad that we've got such a quizzical and informed group. So let's get into starting to play the game.
Sorry, Mano.
Sorry.
Can you introduce yourself as well?
Yes,
if you
I
have.
usually do. So my background is a long one. So I've done lots of different things like John. I'll give you the simple and short version though. So I studied in Australia. I was born overseas. I went back and studied hospitality management and business administration in the Netherlands. And then I came back to Australia after living in Austria for a couple of years and bought and ran a cafe. I did that for 5 years, became a business coach after that, and have always been running the Cashflow Club. And I'm looking at how I can switch a little bit more from business coaching to investment coaching and helping people who are in the Cashflow Club in order to be able to create a product. And what I'd really like to do is create more of a product for business owners, because with the lockdowns and everything that was happening during coronavirus, a lot of business owners realize that just having the income from their business is not enough. And so if you're able to create a business that has a high margin, which I've always advocated for, and then you have sufficient money coming in, that means that you can then also invest in other investments, which means that you then have alternative income coming in that can protect your business from a downturn or lockdown, such as we've just had. So if you've still got money coming in, you can still pay your rent, you can still keep your business alive, rather than having to frantically find a way to be able to keep yourself with your head above water. Is there anything else that I need to add? There's probably more that you'll find out about me over time. So I have property in Queensland and I love the stock market, particularly options. I have delved a little bit into crypto, and I'm interested in most interesting kinds of investments. I used to be in the Women's Investment Club of Sydney. They made me an honorary member because they used to meet at my cafe, and I used to go on excursions with them. And one of the excursions was to an art gallery that specialized in an algorithm that they'd created to be able to know which artists are up and coming and how to buy art that is going to appreciate, but also that you can then rent out to corporate head offices such as CBA and NAB and all of those places for about a 5% yield per annum. So lots of different things that interest me and excite me, and lots of different areas that I've been in. So I'm really excited to be able to share a lot of the experience and things that I've done in order to be able to assist people to become better investors and to take more action in real life. I also do a lot with mindset and how to use certain hacks to be able to get better results by tricking the mind into changing from who you used to be into who you want to be. So yes, that went for a bit longer than I thought it was going to go, but I have a lot to share, just like John. So okay, so then what we are going to do is I am going to, and I'll need to do it this way. I'm going to go to the internet and I'm going to open up the web page, and then I am going to share that in the group so that you are able to join into the game.
Menno, is it possible for me to join, considering I'll be jumping in and out? I apologize. I've got to do some driving tonight.
No, that is completely fine. You are most welcome to jump in and out. If that helps you to be able to get an initial idea of what we've added and what we've done, then that will be very good. So feel free to do that, and we will catch up another time when you have more time as well. Mladen, would I be able to get you to share in the group? For some reason, I think I have it in my Evernote, but I can't find it in my history. It's not popping up as it usually does. If you can share the link in the group, that would be wonderful. I am not sure why it doesn't want to just pop up. I'm having a look in my Evernote, but you will probably beat me to it before I'm able to find it. There we go. So Mladen's already shared that one. So if everybody can go to that website, I'm going to share my screen so you can see it as well. And then I'll go through.
This is a modified, like an advanced version of the Cashflow game from the book, is it?
It is, yes. So if you have played the game before, it's a board game. It has 2 circles and a certain number of cards, which look a little bit like this. Here we go. Oh, I have to hold it in front of my face, otherwise the background makes it disappear. So this version here, we've actually made the taxation more real. We are working on some really interesting things with regards to the stock market. We'll be able to add cryptocurrencies and other things as well. And in just a moment, you'll see how it's different and has added lots of different elements that can teach you more than the original game itself. So we might have to have a talk to Robert Kiyosaki about it at some stage, because it is extremely valuable and very realistic. So it has much better taxation and other things in there. So if you go to the Cashflow simulator and it says click to simulate, it will take you to this page here. So I already have a user ID and password. So for everybody that is new, I'll get you to fill out the bottom section with your name, your email, your user ID that you'd like to create, and then register. If there are any issues, just let me know and Mladen will help you out. And I'll just go to the same page that you'll see when you enter as well. So feel free to register and then let me know how you're going. If you have any issues, just either put up your hand or leave a comment in the chat.
The user ID can be anything?
Yes, so that's the user ID that you would choose. Unless you choose one that's already taken. Everybody successful so far? Any issues?
It's asking me to go to email for password.
Yes.
Yes, same here. I'm up to that bit as well.
Let's go to email. I'm in.
Okay. Welcome in. And I know that you'll be in and out, Lisa, but are you able to get in so that you at least are in to start off with? And then you can always leave when you need to.
Okay, I'm gonna try. I'll just go in the chat.
And you're going well, John? Everything okay for you? Okay, then.
Do we create a username password, or sorry, I missed that, or are you going to give it to us?
So at the bottom, you need to register first of all. So at the top is when you've already registered. So I was filling in the top because I've already got an account. If you fill in all the details at the bottom first, and then it will create the account, and then next time you'd be able to log in.
Okay.
Okay, so I will start to let you know, Jade. So the first page that you'll see is this one here, which is the profession page.
Yeah.
Now, we've created it so that you can, which is very important, later on, play with your own real life numbers. And I'll quickly explain that. So we used to have a lady who came to play Cashflow, and she used to say that it was impossible for her to buy property because she didn't have enough money, she didn't have this, she didn't have that. And then I got her to play with her actual income, her actual expenses, the assets that she had, and the liabilities that she had. And all of a sudden, she started to see that she was able to buy shares and make money. She was able to see that there were other ways to do things. And based on the fact that she was playing with her own real life numbers, she started to see possibilities that she couldn't see before. She is currently buying her second property. I think she's already bought the second property by this stage. She immediately found a way to make some extra money, and she was able to make it happen because she started to see more possibilities. So when you play the game, you get the profession as a pilot or as a teacher or different other things, and it's foreign to you because it's more income or it's less income or it's different to what you're actually doing. So it's easy to say, well, it's easy for that person because their expenses are lower, or it's easy for that person because their income is higher. But when you play with your own numbers, you can actually see what is possible for yourself, and it tricks your brain. That's one of those little hacks that I was telling you about before that I like to accumulate. It allows your brain to think that something is possible before you've figured out how to do it. But we won't do that today just yet. I'll get everybody to just hit the button random and let it choose a profession for you, and then it will take you to this page here. I'm thinking that you've made it in, John.
You're muted, John.
I'm not sure if he's actually said anything.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, just the whole this Zoom thing disappears from my screen. I can't find you. But yeah,
yes.
I'm on the same page as you are at the moment.
Perfect. Keep in mind that you might have two screens. Some people look at my screen and think that that's their screen and start clicking on things and figure out that nothing happens. Make sure that you go back to your own screen. I just share mine to demonstrate. But as we're playing, make sure that you actually keep an eye on which screen is which. And how are you going, Lisa?
So mine says an email will be sent. Yeah, please check your email for password. But I checked my email. I don't have anything.
Then we'll get Mladen to have a look into that. Maybe check your email one more time. Maybe you can refresh and you'll be able to see if it has arrived.
I will check again.
I'll
Oh,
let
here we go. I think it went to my junk mail.
Yes, that can happen. I'll leave you to continue with that. Let me know if you have any challenges, and then I'll continue to explain what we have on the screen, because I'll need to explain what is happening, since it's a little bit different to the board game. So this is the playboard, and here you'll see your cash flow statement, so you can see how much your income is, your expenses, and how much you have left after you've paid all of your expenses. This central section that you can see here is where you can select your cards and where you can make choices and do things that you'd be doing in the game. We also have a cute little quote every time that will come up. And on the right-hand side, we have some milestones that you can aim for throughout the game. And you also have a percentage of expenses that come from other people's money as a bit of a scoreboard. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. And at the bottom, you can see everything that you own in one view. So you can see all of your bank accounts. You will only have one to start off with. Mine automatically has a jar system, which allows me to have savings, investing, and a charity account. And I'll show you later on how you can set that up for yourself as well. You can see my house, my car, my credit card, my retail debt. You can see how much my income is and how much my taxes and other expenses are. This will automatically all fill itself in throughout the game. So it's nice and simple. If you want to be able to see your financial statements, you can see those in the Statements tab. So here we've got cash flow statement, income, balance sheet. If you want to look in a little bit more detail, but most of that information is still on the first page. The cash ledger will show you how much cash you have. So if you want to know anything about your cash or what you've done with your cash, you can see that here. It will keep track of it automatically for you. The performance section, we'll talk about that later. This is a way to measure yourself, and you can see how much debt you have compared to your assets or your income. And you can see your wealth month, which talks about how long you can survive without any income. So in this case, you can see that I can survive for almost, well, a little more than 1.5 months. We also have a scoreboard in this section here. This is something that we can play around with when you're a little bit more experienced. That's more for the competitive people in the group. And at the top, we have bank reports, market tools, and settings. I won't go too deeply into those. Let's get started with playing, and I can explain anything further that we need as we are playing. So in order to be able to play together, because right now I'm just playing by myself. So if I select a card, you'll notice that it asks me whether I want a 5,000 or less card, a 6,000 or more card, or I can also choose an outside circle card, which is probably for when you have a lot more money. Definitely not for the beginning of the game. You can also select a card that costs 100,000 or more. So if I select one of those cards, let's say I select the small one to start off with, then you will see the information from that card. So for example, it will say payday. So I receive my money. And I have a mutual fund, Grow For Us. Weak earnings by most companies lead to weak price of mutual fund. And then we can see today's price is $10. The trading range is $10 to $40. And it will give me all the information that I need on the card, just like on the board game. And then I can either buy or sell if I had any. I can pay if there is a doodad or something else that I need to pay for, or charity. And then if I hit done, it will allow me to move on to the next section. So what we will do is I'm going to get you to come and join me now that I've explained how the game works. So if you can all press on this little purple room button, and then I will create a new room, and we'll call it room 1. And then you can hit the room button and select room 1, and then we'll all be in the room together and actually playing together rather than playing 3 or 4 separate games.
So back room, try.
Okay, Jade and John both in. And did you manage to get in, Lisa?
I did. Yes, I'm in, but I just can't play right now. I'm driving.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to make sure that you were able to get in. Perfect. For some reason, it's
Yeah,
taking
and I'm a doctor. It's gonna take me a while to get out of the game.
that could be, yes, but that's okay. There's lots of learnings from being the doctor.
Yes, I know.
Okay, so if any of you played the board game before, I know Lisa has. John and Jade, have either of you played the game before?
I played a online version before, so I haven't actually played the board game. And this is a good 4 years. I don't really remember much.
That's okay. I think you'll get into it quite quickly, especially with your analytical mind and some of the things that you've done. So I think you'll be fine. And how about you, John?
I've got the board game, but never played it.
So you'll get the chance today.
I don't know anyone who wants to
Okay.
play it.
So at any time, so obviously this is quite an in-depth game. We've got a lot going on the screen. That's why I'll do a couple of things later on and explain those later on. But if at any time you're unsure of something, just ask and let me know, and I'm happy to explain. I like it when everybody has the chance to understand the concept. One of the reasons why I'm going to create a 10-week course is to make sure that I can answer most of the questions in that course, so that when you then come to play with the advanced group, that you don't have to ask as many questions, so that the advanced group can move nice and quickly, and that you can then join that advanced group, but also so that you can understand the concepts, and I'm going to explain it in a way that you can then also apply it to real life, so that you are learning and applying to real life at the same time. So that will be very exciting. But for now, feel free to answer or ask any questions that you have before I've created that course, but that is on its way. So my card is payday, and I will automatically be paid. So that money will have come in. And just to show you, if I go to my cash ledger, you will see that money has now come in, and you can see the transfers between my accounts and different other things that have happened, and my taxes have also been paid, and my expenses have been paid automatically. And at the same time, I have a mutual fund grow for us. Its trading range is 10 to 40. Today's price is 10. I don't think I need to explain that to this group who's already savvy with crypto markets and everything like that. So I'm going to buy a little bit. Feel free to buy some as well if you'd like to. So this is available to everybody. If you hit the buy button, you will see the same screen that I have here. You can see your available cash on the top right. You can choose how many you'd like to buy, and you can then hit buy. If you need to borrow money, if you have no money, you can borrow at the same time, and that looks like this. So you can borrow in multiple of thousands, and then you can hit done when you are done. So I'm going to buy a few. And then once you are in that screen and you've locked yourself in, if I hit the done button, you can still complete your transaction. So don't worry about whether I have hit the done button or not. Wow, the weather has suddenly changed and it has started to rain, and I look very dark now. There we go. Let's turn on some light, and I'm going to turn on the other light as well.
When I click buy, it prompts me back to this main screen. Does that mean it's been bought? How do I see?
So you should be able to see. So if you go to the bottom of your page, so you
Yeah.
can see mine here. You can see
yeah.
I now have mutual fund grow for us at the bottom. That means that the mutual fund's being bought.
Okay.
There we go. That's a bit better. That makes me look a bit better. Okay, so I think that most of you will have done what you need to do. So I'm going to hit done. And then Jade, over to you. Let's see what kind of goodies you come up with.
So I select a card, is it?
So you can select card. Sometimes it will automatically go to the card. Sometimes the 5,000, 6,000, and 100,000 buttons will turn purple. And then you need to select whether you want a small deal, which is probably the best at the beginning of the game. And then as you accumulate more cash, you can get the bigger deals. Oh, for somebody who likes property, that looks like a good deal.
You find a great deal, yeah.
So you can read it out to us if you like, so that everybody knows what is going on, and then you can make your decision on what you'd like to do with it.
What does sell card mean? So I can purchase this property, but what does the card mean?
So this card is an option for you to be able to buy this property. So if you don't like the property and somebody else does, you're actually able to sell the card to another player.
Okay.
So obviously, if it's a great deal like this one, you might not want to do that. But you can sell a card to another player if you don't have the money for it and you want to be able to charge somebody else for the actual option that you have on that card. So that is also one possibility. And then, yes, this one, borrow from the bank if you must, but buy this. The down payment's $3,000, the cost is $45,000, and you can get a $42,000 loan at 3% for 25 years. That'll give you an LVR of 93.3, monthly income of $445, expenses of $199, and a monthly cash flow of $245. So very quickly, an interesting thing that we've done is the original cards from the game only had your net cash flow. Here we've actually broken it up so that you actually can see the income and expenses of the card and the monthly cash flow as well.
So how do I, if I want to buy that property, I got to come up with $3,000, right?
So for
Because it's
this
a
one,
down
you
payment.
need to come up with the 3,000. Unfortunately,
Okay.
you can't, John, because it's Jade's card. Unless she's willing to sell it to you, she has
Oh,
the
right.
exclusive
That's
right
how I
on
can
this
buy it.
one.
Oh, I got it. Okay, cool.
So I've bought it and looks like it's done. So it's someone else's turn.
Yes.
You want to sell it to me for 2,000?
Oh, it's already
No.
gone, John.
I'm asking you to
just
sell
bought
for 2,000.
Already gone.
Okay, so now my one's highlighted, so I click select card. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
All right. Let's see what we got. Let me see. Apologies, I've got a really bad eyesight, so it takes me a little bit longer to read.
Take your time, we're on you.
I don't think that bothers us at all. It's all good.
So what does this mean? This limited partnership sold. Did I sell something that I didn't have? What's this?
So this is a limited partnership and it automatically sells. So the game will automatically sell it for you if you have this kind of partnership.
All right, but because I didn't have it, there's nothing to sell. Okay.
Nothing to sell, but this one it will do it automatically. Does everybody know what a limited partnership is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Your partnership is limited.
Australian version proprietary limited, I'm assuming.
No, so this is a limited partnership in the sense that, let's say, for example, there's a corner shop and this corner shop wants to open up a second shop, but they don't have enough funds for it. So they'll ask me if they can borrow the money. So they might borrow $25,000 from me. They then set up the second shop and they'll pay me a portion of their revenue, of their cash flow revenue, whatever they want to do, whatever the agreement is. So let's say they pay me $1,000 per month in exchange for this $25,000 that they've lent me. At some stage, they might have enough money to be able to then buy me back out. So they've been paying me my $1,000 per month. And then after maybe a year, they say, okay, we've earned enough now. We're going to pay you, as per the agreement, twice as much as you lent us. So instead of paying you just $25,000, we'll pay you back $50,000 plus the interest that we've already paid you. And so now the game assumes that they paid you out and the partnership has been terminated.
Some good cash coming your way, John.
Yeah, but I don't have the limited partnership. If I had it, it'd be good because it automatically sell it. I'm assuming that's how it works.
I think you might be able to see before I can what my card is today.
Is it my turn again?
I think it's still my turn. I think my internet is waiting for the signal to clear.
It went to me and it has the sale button highlighted for me. House buyer, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom.
Yeah, same
I'm
on
looking
my.
forward to it showing up on my page so I can buy it if it's a good one. Here we go. So there's a house by a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. You're offered 135 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom rental condo. Buyer is on financing. Everybody may sell at this price. If you sell, pay off the related mortgage and give up cash flow you currently receive on this property. So the only person who has one of these is Jade. So you're able to sell it for 135,000. Now in the game, most people would immediately sell it because you'd make a very good profit on that one because you bought it for 45,000 and you can sell it for 135. However, this version, we put the capital gains tax in. So if you sell it before you've owned it for more than 12 months, so the game actually tracks time, and we've probably been playing for about a month, you will pay a higher tax rate. So you'll be taxed over the total capital gain amount. If you wait 12 months and sell it later, you'll only pay tax over half of that capital gain. So it's up to what you'd like to do. But that's something to take into consideration. You can sell it right now if you like, but your taxation will be a little bit higher, or you can wait and sell it later. It's up to you what you'd like to do.
What's normally the tax rate? I can't really see. Like, what would be the difference? I won't be able to know.
So it will automatically calculate that tax rate. Let's have a look. And Mladen, do you know, because I think it automatically calculates it based off of your yearly income. So it will estimate your yearly income and then tax you based on that.
I see.
So it will estimate and then give you a tax refund if you've overpaid on your taxation.
I'll wait then. I mean, in reality, it's better to wait as well. So if I don't want to sell, what can I do?
So then you just let me know. I'll hit done.
Done.
You can see tax rate under tools and then tax rate.
Tools.
On the tools, you will see.
Oh,
table
tax
there.
calculator. Taxable income. And I have to add my income plus that 135.
Yes, you need to add taxable income, yearly income.
Okay.
Which should be your total income times 12.
Yeah, I'll wait.
And for capital gains, it will try to figure out how much would that be in yearly income, and then it will calculate how much you need to pay tax. It's pay as you go. So at the end of 12 months, you will get your money back.
I'm good. I'll wait. Playboard. So waiting for Jay to select a card or deal.
So yes.
So now it's
so it's your turn.
So I can choose another card. Okay.
You can, yes. There's only 3 of us at the moment, so it will go quite quickly. Oh, congratulations.
You got a beaded. Your child expenses will increase. Your child expense will increase.
Yes, so you have a little baby to look after, so that will cost you some money every month.
Okay. So I'm done.
Congratulations, Jade.
That one will automatically calculate those child expenses, so you can just hit done. Yes.
Okay. I didn't see that how much it was.
So
in order to see expenses, you can see in a profession card, or there is a little icon next to your name in here. I need to bring your card on. You see there should be your name.
Oh yes.
On the list of players. There's a little icon after. I think you have a janitor, and it will give you information what is expense per child.
$408 per child expense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then over to you, John. You've already hit the button.
Thank
Payday for you.
I got paid. That's it.
You did.
Okay, done.
Okay, then it's up to me to select another card. Oh, one of those for me too. Okay, so I also have a little bundle of joy.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Select a card. Something small. Payday and stock. Recent merger market shares of leading companies with outlook. Trading range is $10 to $30. Yield or ROI, it's 0%.
Yeah, because there's no yield coming out.
Yes, so there's
So
no
until you
dividend.
sell it.
So it's a capital gains deal. You can buy it low and sell high, but there's no
Mhm.
dividend or any other income coming in from it until you sell
Okay.
it.
Sitting at a middle price.
Correct.
I'll just give it a go, play with it then.
Why not? That's always a good idea.
Yeah, let's do. Okay. Done.
So the deal, I choose this kind of deal I want, yeah? So under 5,000, okay, payday plus house. 2 bedroom.
Yes, unless you
No
have
doubt.
around 6 to probably 15,000, I wouldn't worry about the 6,000 deal until you have enough money for it.
Okay.
Quickly move to the other room. I heard that my internet was not so good, even though this is my better internet. So I was going to quickly move to the other room, but feel free to just continue. Don't mind me.
Just non-stop rain in Sydney.
So this one I can buy, but I can't. Okay. 5,000, what's the
You
return?
can
What's
change
the
your
cash
down
flow?
payment as well.
You
So
can.
that
Oh,
would mean, yeah.
Can you?
But that would
Really?
mean your loan amount would change as well.
so we're going to
How do you
change the
change the
rules
down
around
payment?
that later so that you have to qualify to be able to reduce your down payment. So we're going to create a credit system so that depending on how you've been playing, you're going to be able to either
Oh, you
have
can too.
the ability to borrow or not have the ability to borrow, just like in real life as well. But for now, you can change the down payment. But this is a nice, nice small down payment. This one.
What's the smallest down payment I can do? $1?
So if you go to
It's $1.
buy
I'll try.
and then
Yeah.
you put 0, it will tell you what
Yeah.
your minimum down payment is.
All right. So I got 0 now. Okay, minimum down payment 2.5 sold. So I've updated it, and now what happens? Now I have to
And then you can
buy.
buy and put the payment amount through.
So did I get it right?
If it
Done.
shows up at the bottom, it means that you have been able to buy it.
I did too.
Show up at the bottom, then something didn't go right.
Jeez, that's pretty good. And I can buy another one if I wanted to, couldn't I?
Sorry?
I can buy another one. This is the buy button turned purple again.
So the
Does
buy
that mean I can
button
buy
will
the
still
second
be
one if I want to?
purple. We're going to get rid of that. You can only buy one, so we'll keep you to one.
Oh, okay. So I click done then. So okay. I would have bought 3 of them.
Clever thinking.
Okay. So it's done.
Clever thinking, but that would exploit a loophole.
That's what you do. That's called tax minimization
Yes.
and leverage.
Okay.
I
Let's
like
see
this
if
game.
I can find. And I've also just changed to the other internet, so my internet should be a little bit better now.
Are we all in Sydney or are you in a different city?
I am in Sydney, yes.
I'm in Sydney.
Same. It just started pouring again.
We should have a meetup one day
Yeah.
and actually play this. I'm bringing my board game. Get out of its box for the first time.
Okay, so I got myself another payday and stock okay for you. Today's price is $40 and the trading range is 5 to 40. So I wish I had some, but I don't think any of us have any anyhow. And I'm definitely not planning to buy any at that price. So I'm going to pass back over to Jade.
Okay.
So where in Sydney is everybody?
Small
Blacktown.
business. I'm in Homebush. Small business improves. Small business you find.
I'm in Castle Hill.
Oh wow,
Not far.
that's a money suburb.
That's nice.
That's very nice of it.
It is.
It is very nice. In
It
Castle
is
Hill.
Money.
Money suburb.
It is. I still remember when no one wanted to live there. I'm turning 50 this year, so I remember all those. It was all farms and everything there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then you'll
Yeah,
probably
the
know that
metro.
where I live used to also be very undesirable.
Where do you live?
I live in Balmain.
Vaucluse? Oh wow,
Oh yeah.
beautiful! I love the place.
Okay, over to you, John.
There you go. Fishing
Ooh.
rod. Buy a new fishing rod. Pay $100. Nah.
You're not a
Well,
fishing person.
Well, if it was a
To do
real
that,
one, maybe
you
there's a
need
bit of
purple
temptation.
cards. Officially in the game, you're supposed to buy them. I like to say, so we haven't made it compulsory. If it's something that you would pay for and something that you splurge on, I would say buy it just to learn the lesson. If it's something that you wouldn't buy, then you can skip it if you want to. But if it's something that you are going to buy in real life, then I would suggest buying it so that you realize what your spending habits are.
So that would be like the doodads. Is that right? In
Yes.
the book? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That is what it is. Okay,
Payday.
another payday. The months are flying by. And a Plex buyer. Now, nobody has a Plex at the moment, but buyer offers 30,000 per unit for all units in any combination of duplexes, fourplexes, or eightplexes, and have their own financing. So if anybody had any of those, you'd be able to sell, but none of us have any of those. And I thought there was something I was going to show you, but I can't think of it anymore. So I'm just going to hit done and pass that through. Actually, I can show you. If I go to the bottom of my page here, you'll see I have Grow for Us. You can see how many I've bought. And at the very right, you can see months in possession. So you can actually
yes.
track the amount of time that you own
Alright.
something. So once I've owned that for more than 12 months, I'll be able to sell it at a reduced tax rate. And if I sell it before that 12 months, I have the higher tax rate. But that's where you can check how long you've owned your assets for.
All right. Hey, Amino, I thought I bought Grow for Us, 100 of those. It's not showing in my assets, liabilities, income, and expenses. It's not showing in my, yeah.
Then you may not have bought it.
Probably didn't click done, maybe. I don't know.
You might have clicked done before you actually purchased it.
Probably.
It could have been that you didn't have enough money on the account and you needed to borrow and it rejected the transaction. Maybe keep an eye on it for next time.
Okay, no worries.
If it happens again and you're sure that you have the right amount of funds and everything should be fine, just let us know and we'll check it for you.
Okay. Yeah, I saw it on the bottom before. You know where the house, where my other assets are
Yes.
listed? It had it there before. And it just disappeared. I don't remember selling it.
Ooh. One way to check that, if you go to reports and you go to, let me see, not
Financial statements, purchases.
the bookkeeping, if you go to general journal, you'll be able to see everything that's happened. So you can see that it's tracking time. So you can see the dates of every single transaction, and you'd be able to go through that one to actually see
It's not there.
where
Oh,
it has gone to and whether you actually bought it or not.
yeah, it's not there. So I didn't buy it. I thought I did.
So you didn't buy it
Oh,
in the
good.
first
Thank
place.
you.
Aha.
I must have clicked done straight away or something.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
What's this downsized?
Okay, so
What is-
downsized is American English for get the sack, get kicked out of work.
Oh, all right.
Now,
So I'm unemployed?
so you're unemployed for 2 paychecks.
Okay.
Now, the thing is that we do things a little bit differently. So in the board game, you lose 2 turns and you don't get paid anything at all. In this version of the game, when you get downsized, your next 2 paychecks will be 0. But if you have passive income from a property, for example, you will still receive your passive income. So your income doesn't go to 0. So just like in real life, if you have passive income, even if you lose your job, you still have some income coming in. So
Okay, so that it's only for 2 months. So my cash flow will be negative for 2 months.
correct.
Okay.
Actually, Menno, it looks like there was a problem because now under the reports of bookkeeping general,
Yes.
my property is disappeared as well. So
Ooh.
I thought I bought Go for us because I remember the GRF for US. Yeah, and so now the property that I bought earlier is gone as well. So now I've got a checking account and taxes. So that's disappeared from my one.
Then, so you bought both of them and they have both
Hmm.
not shown up on the general journal, yes?
Yeah, when I went to General Journal the first time, the property was there, but the mutual fund wasn't there. And I thought, oh, okay, maybe I clicked done. But then now I just thought I'd double check. And I don't see it in the playboard. And I don't see it in the reports general journal. It's not there, it's
Would you
disappeared.
be able
It
to
was there
quickly
before.
go to the tab performance where I am right now. So you've got the
So it's
playboard
at
statements,
performance.
cash flow ledger, and performance.
Okay, I click on the performance. Let's double check that.
Can you check under the bookkeeping status if you have 4 green ticks there?
Yes, I have 4 green ticks here.
Yeah.
Okay. Then,
John,
Yes,
since you're beginning, what did you select randomly your profession?
laborer. I just put it in. I didn't know what to put, so I just thought you just type it. I put laborer.
Okay, so did you go and check it again during the game? Because
Okay,
if you went to the profession and look at that and you click save or something, click, then it could erase what was the beginning. It starts a new game.
oh, okay. That's probably what I did. I think I did too. I did go back to the profession.
Have you after you select your numbers, have you looked profession card again?
Yes, I did.
And so depending on what you have done there,
Mhm.
you should Mano, can you click on profession?
yes.
Please? Click on it. So now if you want to just look at that, on this day you need to click on playboard and nothing else. Click on playboard. If you click anything else, it can update. Click on playboard.
Playboard. Okay, yep, click that.
All right. Now another way to look at that, there is a little icon in your name slash name comma profession.
Correct. Yeah, I see that in front of the
Icon.
bar.
Click on that manner.
Yes, I clicked that, and I've got back to that. Okay.
This one is safely to look at that.
Oh, okay. Just don't.
The buttons to press
you-
that you
When you
can,
click another button, it starts a new game and your purchase will cancel.
Oh, okay. There you go. Now we
So
got it.
that is what you would do if you're doing your simulation and you're stuck and you find out, okay, it's not working. So instead of wasting time to the end of a session, you can just go and start again and continue.
Okay. Now you know what? That's what I did. So now it's recognized. I just have to catch up with everybody. So good.
As long as we answer questions, so you know what's going on, it's fine.
Cool. All right.
a good learning, and it looks like you are born again, John.
Well, I got payday, so I'm happy. And I click done.
But one thing I will say is it's really good that you noticed, because a lot of people will just continue to play and not notice because they don't check their numbers. So it's really
Yeah.
good that you went back in to check and that you're keeping an eye on things. And we figured out what the reason was as well. So that's really good.
All right. Yep. I'm all happy. Let's. I hope there's not a property that comes along so I can buy it. Preferred stock.
Hey, I've got preferred
Too big
stock,
power.
Too Big Power. The price is 1,200. The yield is 10%, which is $10 dividend per month. And the trading range is 1,200 to 1,200. Does everybody know what this is?
Yeah.
So this is a company bond. So it's similar to a government bond, only it's a company that's giving it to me. So instead of a share, they are allowing me to lend the money. They will pay me that same amount of money back, and they will pay me interest, a dividend every single month. And then when I decide that I want my money back, they will pay me my 1,200 back, and they've already paid me my dividends. And that's how I make my return. So I'm okay with that one. If anybody wants to get those, feel free. And I'm going to hit done in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So it looks like this is mainly for that dividend, if you choose to do it right.
Yes. There is an advanced strategy you can use for it, but you need to be very, very wealthy in the game to use it.
Payday couple burned out from their corporate jobs are ready for change. Bed and breakfast. Looking for everyone with bed and breakfast. I don't think any of us has bed and
No,
breakfast.
with that.
No. So one way you can test with the blue cards is if you press the sell button, and everybody can
Yeah.
do that because the sell button will show up for everybody. And if you have the correct asset, it will show up in the list. If you don't, it will say no assets found. So it's very easy to see. You can always hit the sell button and it will tell you whether you have that particular asset or not.
No. So done.
Okay, back
Oh, my
up.
turn.
Done.
Okay. So we got. Oh, I got a baby. Okay.
Congratulations. I think we've all got a
Ah.
baby now.
Maybe I have to click that profession button again. We started.
They probably good
Okay, you told
with your baby.
I told them.
There's always somebody that wants to get rid of their baby somehow. Okay, I'm looking forward to something that I can invest in. So grow for us has gone up a little bit. I'm okay with it for now. If anybody wants to, feel free to hit the button, and then I'm going to hit done in a second.
No. I've got some already. No.
Yes, and we've owned them for 3 months now.
Another bed and breakfast. No.
Yes, so this game will randomize the cards, so everything goes back into the deck and
Okay, what
reshuffles.
have we got here? Payday, thank you. Does that mean I just get paid, right?
So that means that you receive your pay, and that's about all. But it's still good. I like getting paid.
So do I.
Who's got downsized? Is that me again?
No, that's me this time around.
Oh.
So my income goes to 0 and my total expenses are 1,075. So my cash flow is negative 1,075. So I'd like to get some passive income to offset that as soon as possible. Over to you, Jade.
Okay. Select card. Car wash buyer.
Yes, I don't think anybody owns one of those. I haven't seen it come up.
No.
Done.
Wait for something that we do own. Ooh, braces for
Braces.
child. So you just had a child.
80,000. Okay.
In case you'd need to get this one. It actually does apply to you.
Do I have to? I don't have to, do I? She can.
This one, you
It's-
can't really determine whether your child is going to need braces or not.
No, I haven't seen it. She's still a baby, so no thanks. Okay, Mannerstone.
Okay, let's see if I can find something. I want to buy something. I've got cash and I'm in the mood to buy. Grow for us again. If nothing else comes up, I'm going to buy something.
I'll buy. I can buy this now, yeah?
Yes,
Okay,
you can.
I'll buy 1,000.
Since nothing else is going on, I'm going to take whatever I can get. Anything that has appreciation potential. Okay,
It's in a
over
low
to
interest rate
Jade.
range. Cool.
Select card. Raise salary, yes. Okay.
Oh, my turn. Okay, so a $5,000 deal. I don't know how much money I've got.
So if you go to the bottom on the left, you'll see
Okay.
your personal accounts, and it will tell you how much cash you have.
Cash account. I got 4,800. Is that what it means? Okay. Pay the certificate of deposit.
Okay, does everybody know what those is?
Certificate of deposit.
So in Australia, we
Is
have,
that like a promissory notes?
sorry,
It'd be similar to a promissory notes.
almost. So this is a term deposit.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, okay.
What Americans call term deposits. They call them certificates of deposit.
I'm good.
Today-
Everyone okay with this?
I am okay, but
Magic-
thank you for asking.
No. I'm
What you,
okay.
Jade?
No, no.
Okay, cool. I click done.
Okay. Payday and widget company buyer. Thankfully, my downsizing is finished. So I'm actually back in the positive. That took a hammering to my personal bank account after having to pay my expenses last time with no income coming in. I don't have a widget company. I don't think anybody does. So I'm going to hit done. Thankfully, I'm getting paid again.
My turn.
Ooh,
Buy it, Jade. Buy it.
$4,000.
It's only $4,000.
Mhm. Also, it's an opportunity for me to buy. I can choose not to buy. No.
Oh, you don't have enough
Not gonna
cash.
buy it.
I don't know if I'd call it an opportunity. This is, yes, a bit of unnecessary spending, perhaps.
So I have to buy, right?
So in this case, if you think it's something that you'd buy in real life, I would suggest you to buy it. If it's not something that you would buy in real life, then you can skip it.
Oh, I'll skip it.
So I see her one is all gray. Is that because she's only got $1,500 in the bank?
When you say gray, which section?
Her asset liability column. You know, I saw she had $1,500 in cash. Oh, is that her? I think so, yeah. Cash
1,500.
savings account, yeah, 1,500. Is that
Where
right?
is
No, that's
that?
income. I keep scrolling down. Which screen am I looking at? I don't know. Straight.
I think you might be seeing
Yeah,
my
yeah.
account.
Oh, it's your one, Menno. Okay.
Yes. So you can't
That's
see
right.
anybody else's details. You can only see mine because I'm sharing my screen. Everybody else,
Okay, cool.
everybody else's details are hidden from you.
10 acres in.
Ooh.
I don't have 10. I don't have 10 acres, so but I can buy it.
Would you like to sell it?
Cash flow. Do I have one? I don't have one there, so I
No,
can't sell
you
it.
can buy it for down payment of 5,000.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any cash flow, but it's a 10-acre worth of raw land that you can buy and potentially sell in the future.
Okay. Anybody want to buy this?
No. We can't. I can't buy it. I think it's only offered to you.
I can click sell card. Yeah, there. Does it
Mm,
show up as buy in your one or no?
No.
Select player. Oh, that's only if I choose to sell it to Jade or Menno. Because if I click sell on it, it makes me choose the player who I want to sell it to.
Correct.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Something new. Okay, I'm done with this one then. Okay.
One comment. So far, there were 3 versions of Cashflow, original Cashflow game. They called Cashflow 101 and they renamed it later on. What I sent you is a PDF file of a document that was in the chat. Feel free to download and look at that version of the game, just in case you would like.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
I see my total cash, or I can. What? Okay, another 2 paycheck. No pay.
Okay, my turn. Select card. Plex buyer. Buyer offers. Any of you guys got a Plex? No?
Nope.
I know, I definitely don't.
Okay, I'll do done.
Okay. I think I've had a bit of a drought on being able to buy anything. I'm still
Not a
collecting
Plex
money.
buyer.
Also Plex buyer, but the market price has gone down by 5,000, so they're only 35 per unit now, whereas yours was 40,000 per unit. So pass it on to Jade.
Mano, I was asking that I can see my monthly cash flow bottom right hand side. Do I have a total saving? I don't have cash saving other than the monthly cash flow.
So on the bottom left, if you have a look at my screen here, you can see your bank accounts. You can see how much cash you have. So you can see, for example, my checking account is 1,124. My savings account is 1,750, and I've got an investing account with 1,750 and a charity account with 350. So you'd be able to see how much your bank account.
You have so many accounts. I have just
Yeah.
a cash account in negative 5,000.
Yes, so first, and you go to preferences. Oops, if I
Okay,
click.
cool. You drug.
You can also set up automatic accounts that will automatically transfer a certain percentage to those accounts. So my savings account automatically gets 10%, my investing account 10%, and my charity account automatically receives 2%. So whenever my payday comes in, it will pass that along. So if you type in percentages and hit save, you can also have your own separate bank accounts if you like.
Mm. Wow, there's a stock dropped to $1.
Yeah.
I'll buy some. Oh, I don't have.
Oh, $1.
Why?
I like it.
Dropped to $1. Right?
Quantity.
Okay,
Insufficient cash.
I am done. I have bought some of those.
So have I.
Why is it saying insufficient cash where my available? Oh, it's negative. I can't buy anything. Oh, good. I'm in that 2 months of no pay, so everything's negative.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, so everyone done? I'll click on done.
Yep. Cool.
Also, when you have separate accounts, if you need to transfer between your accounts, if you go to the bank button at the top under the word cash, and then you hit transfer, then you can select the account you want to transfer from and transfer it across to a separate account. So for example, let's say I want to transfer 750 from my savings account to my checking account. Then I can do that like this, and then I have access to that money on my main account. Ooh, who's got this one?
Hey, I
200
want to see if it's
down.
last week get lower down payment.
Somebody wants
1.2
to go for a big deal and got a really, really big mega deal.
Oh, that's too bad. I don't
That's
have
a
that
big-
cash.
That's a what, $200,000. Wow.
Yeah, but
Who has
yeah, because I thought it's gonna go like 6,000 to maybe $10,000. I think it's just gonna be that big. So unfortunately, I'm not able to borrow because the lowest down payment is actually $60,000, which would have been good. Unfortunately, I have to. Anyone want to buy these? Anyone get 200 grand?
that one?
Oh, I would love to. It's a little bit rich for me right now, though.
I would have bought it. Oh, okay, so I'm done. Can I click done for everyone?
So you can click done, yes.
Okay, cool.
Cannot afford it.
It's sometimes you get really ridiculously big deals, and sometimes they're okay big deals.
Stock okay for you.
Oh, also one.
Yes,
Okay.
guys.
Oh, I think
Again,
transfer some money before so I can buy some more of these.
Oh, I'm doing negative. It's doing negative.
okay,
Transfer
I'm
money.
good.
I can buy some. So how's everybody enjoying so far? So you'll notice that
It's
it's very,
really
very
very good.
realistic.
It's very good.
Yes. Good fun.
It'd be good if you can start getting like, if you borrow for a property, if you can get tax deductions on it, this type of stuff.
So this is what we are working on. Lana and I were actually talking about depreciating properties and
Yeah.
looking at other things that we can add that are real. So you'll notice that everything that we've done with the game is based on reality. So we're always looking at what can we do to replicate whatever you can do in real life in the game as well. So yes, very, very exciting. And speaking of our first grow for us, we've had it for 8 months now. So
It's good.
okay, is everybody ready to move on? Has everybody bought
Yep.
shares? If you want to buy shares,
I'm in my debt.
Yeah, your next job could pay higher. Who knows, Jade?
My turn. Select card. 5,000 deal. Grow for us. Why am I still in my negative checkings account?
Oh, right. So I'm gonna.
What's
I can
What's
sell that,
checking
right?
account?
so your checking
There's
account is
savings-
your main transaction account. So you set
Okay.
separate accounts, yes. So you have your savings account, your charity account. So your checking account is your main account that you're making your payments from. So you can't buy anything from your savings account or your investment account. You need to
Yeah.
transfer it first. If you don't have money in your checking account, you may have paid tax and it may have deducted that. But maybe just check on your cash flow statement to see whether you should be still in positive cash flow or whether you've slipped into the negative.
I mean, negative looks like.
So do you have any
So-
earned income at the moment?
My monthly income. There is income for this month, but I think from previous months there were expenses, and now it's still in negative.
Maybe have a quick look later on in your general journal and see
General
if you
journal.
can find out what might be happening. So you'll be able to see when you were downsized and how long ago that was. And you'll be able to see the details of what has been going on.
Do I go to the bottom to see the most recent one? It's quite long.
Yes, so the most bottom is actually the newest, and at the top is that you've been receiving any payments.
So yeah, no payment for the past 2 months. So if you guys are
You
done.
see when you were downsized?
Yeah, the last payment, they're all of the same month. What is?
Can
not
I lend it
understanding.
to Jade and Jade pays me interest?
Sorry, what was that, John?
Can I lend money to Jade and Jade pays interest? Do we have
Yes.
that ability?
You certainly can if you want to.
You want
So
to borrow money, Jade?
definitely have a chat and organize something along those lines. But it might be good for Jade to first see if she can figure out what's going on.
Okay, cool.
I can see that there's cash salary wages coming on 1st of December. 1st of December 2022. But that, and then going. Yeah, from September, there hasn't been income coming in.
And what month
September, October.
does it say you're in now?
I mean December. So it's been 4 months. I drew that card twice. The no payment downsides for 2 months. So it's been 4 months. I haven't.
So did you
Had
pull
the
through
income.
recently so that you shouldn't be receiving income yet, or?
Yeah, this month I have. But after everything deducted.
Then let's see at your next paycheck whether you receive your paycheck, because it should clear up after you've missed your 2 turns.
Yeah, hopefully. So I will
Jade,
click
Jade, have
down.
you bought any assets yet?
I have, yeah, I have a house. I have a real estate.
Yeah. Is it showing on your asset liability? Your balance
Asset
sheet?
liability.
Is it showing there that real
It's
estate or
showing on
property?
my main playboard.
That you still have your property?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll just check if you might have done what I did. That's might have been set, but
Okay,
that's
yeah.
okay.
I'm
Okay.
gonna click down. Yeah.
Okay, so the card. Cafe latte, buy a cafe latte, cappuccino for you and a friend. No, it's okay.
Okay, see if I can come up with something better. Payday for me? That's still good. I'll accept it.
My turn. Select card. 5,000. Oh, I'm finally in positive.
So your payday has come back very good.
Yeah.
Okay, stop. Okay,
Stop.
see you.
Okay for you.
And
Well, I haven't seen. It's always opportunity card to buy. I haven't seen any to sell. Okay. So I have to buy first.
So with the stock market, you can buy and sell at any time of the same cards, because the price will either be lower or higher. It's only the property cards where you have blue selling opportunities.
So I can sell at any time. When can I?
You can sell at any time you like, yes.
How do I do that? If
So when you are in the, let me go back and I'll show you from my screen. Oh, helps if I get done. There we go. So in here you have the sell button. Just waiting for mine to pop up. So you have the buy button for shares, but you also have the sell button next to it. And then if you hit sell,
where?
which is
Okay.
right up, And then it will take you to a similar page where you can choose how many shares you'd like to sell. If you have different batches, it will show you the different batches you have to sell them one by one. So you can see that I've got 3 batches of the OK for you. I
Okay.
can select different ones and sell a portion or all of them, and it will automatically then hit sell, and then it will ask me, and I'm not going to do that because I don't want to sell them yet.
Okay.
Hopefully that makes sense for you.
So you would still have to wait for that card to come up to be able to click on the sell. Is
Correct.
that right?
So you can only sell when the cards actually come up for that stock.
I'm done with this, so I'll click on
Send
done.
me.
And Jane, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You said that you have received
Yes,
are you sure about that?
from the ledger, looks like from September.
There is
Yeah, yes, go on.
Ooh,
Wow. All right.
Well, what am I missing?
we don't own them for very long though.
Yeah.
Booming market sales.
We would get a little bit
for
of
this
tax on them.
So
Ooh,
is
I'm
not
gonna
bad.
sell.
Sell.
this is what can I sell both of them? Only one at a time, is it?
So you can sell different batches. You
Okay.
can sell all of them if you want to. You can keep some of them if you want to. There are different options. Definitely going to sell some.
All right. Okay.
I'm going to sell this batch here that I've owned for 2 months. I'm happy to sell and pay a little bit of extra tax on that one. So you'll notice that all I
I
have to
bought that
click
for
on it
$1.
and hit sell. And you can choose the quantity at the top.
Oh wow.
Okay, so now
How much did you get it for, Menno?
I got a bit. I have a bit of money now. If you see my screen, you can see that I will probably be going for some bigger deals now.
Ooh,
I'm
30.
about
30.
yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Jade? How many did you get? Okay, for you, did you get any of that?
I'd only bought 80 units, so
I thought it came up for $1, so I bought it before.
the $1 one I couldn't buy. I was in negative.
Oh
I was in
yeah.
negative, yeah.
I got like $227,000 now. I got a big deal.
Jane.
Yeah.
How many times you got a downsize card?
Twice.
That's a 4 months.
I got that card for twice.
That's probably you got the 4 months.
Yeah.
September, October, November, December. Yeah, that'll be 4 months.
$50. So okay for you. Do I
Okay,
have
so
okay for you?
everybody has sold those. I will hit done.
Yep.
I still have some. I'm going to keep a few. And yes, that's
Shopping mall one.
money to play with now.
None of us have that anyway. So
We don't have shopping mall.
no.
Don't.
Coming up in your version.
Something big. Down payment 200. Oh, we got it back. Thank you. But
A lot of very
65%.
good things coming in the new version. Yes.
Yeah,
Ooh,
okay.
apartment complex. John, do you want to
Yeah.
put this one together? I've
Hey?
got 30,000. Do you have 30,000? We can go half.
I have over $200,000 in cash.
You have over 200,000. You bought more shares.
Wow. You're so
Yeah,
rich.
because you know that stock for you, I bought it for $1 and I put almost everything on it.
Ah.
Oh, sounds like
Yeah,
it's
so
got
now
nothing to do with your
and
cryptocurrency.
guess what? Yeah, this down payment's good. Okay, done.
Taking that one.
Okay, anyone else want to buy?
So only you can buy this one. So
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah.
I have no money. Oh, I mean, not that much.
Okay, so I click done then.
So you can click done, yes.
Cool.
I have to see if I can get
Oh,
my
wow.
own one of those.
Wow.
I'm definitely going to go for a bigger deal this time. I'm going to go for 6,000 and over because I've got my $30,000 now. And I've got a 20,000 down payment fourplex. That'll give me a cash flow of 795. That sounds good to me. I'm going to buy that one. And I'm going to reduce my down payment a little bit so I can buy more properties.
Wow.
Money that I have.
That 5,000. That's cool.
I can spread it over more properties.
Mm.
Hey, good stuff.
There we go.
So you can buy it more than once.
Sorry?
I know you can't. After you're buying it again, that'd be cool.
No. I was just hitting done.
Jade,
Hey, I'm out of the rat race now.
Yes,
Because of that last purchase.
that last one definitely has a lot of cash flow. Mladen, I think, was asking Jade a question.
Sorry.
Jade, have you looked your general journal report?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so there you didn't get money in October and November.
June. There's no income for July. There's no income for August.
July and August, but you have one before, right? So you have
And
in June and you have in September.
yeah, and
So
October
then-
no
so then-
income.
So then
November, no
you
income.
downsized. And second kind of downsized, you didn't receive for October and November.
Yes.
So all is good.
Yeah.
Is it clear now?
Yes. I mean, yeah, it was 4 months.
Yeah, so if it's not clear something, feel free to ask questions and we're gonna clear. There has to
Okay.
be answer why something is happening.
Hmm.
Okay, so I think
So-
that means we got to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Don't leave the game with the questions.
Yep. I bought my property. And
Yes, I thought you'd buy that one. I was
Yeah, it's a good one.
of that. Okay, over to you, John.
All right, good stuff. Payday. Yeah, I got payday. Good. And income.
Payday is always good.
Okay, done.
Okay, let's see what I can find. Okay, I'm going to go for another big one. And then again, if I can reduce the down payment on it, that would be good. Because then I can buy multiple bigger properties with higher income for the same price as a small deal. Okay, so I'm going to buy this one. Let's see what the minimum down payment is. So ultimately, we can still do this now. Later on, the game is going to have a credit scoring system whereby if you are not responsible with your money, you're not going to have access to credit or as much credit. And if you are responsible with your money, then you get access to more credit. So keep an eye out for that one in future. Okay. I'm getting close to being out of the rat race now, which is good. Over to you, Jade.
you're
Ooh,
the one.
10 acres. That's the one that John said no to.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I have land.
That one now.
That 5,000. Yeah.
Cost 5,000 and now it'd be worth 150,000. But John's
What's that,
cash,
30?
we don't have to worry about John.
I don't have nothing to sell, so down. So how does the game end? Someone went bankrupt or?
Hopefully nobody goes bankrupt. So you win the game technically if you have your passive income higher than your expenses, which John has at the moment. So in the board game, you then play on the outside. We don't have the outside here. You can start buying those deals because that's the 100,000 button. But we just keep playing in order to be able to get more milestones. So we want to get you to be an accredited investor, get your ratios within range, and have a minimum of 7 deals, for example. So at the moment, we're just focusing more on the learning and on the playing and figuring things out than on everything else. Now, I am going to sponsor a child, even though I'm very close to getting out of the rat race, but I think that that's worthwhile. So I'm going to accept that one.
You two are doing really good. I'm still very deep in the rat race.
So
you had 4 months of no income there as well, so you missed out on all those deals.
yes. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. Everything's a learning experience, and it's not really a race. So it's nothing to worry about. Ooh, okay for you.
Okay for you.
Another comment when game is over. This is supposed to be educational tool. So you learn. So you can continue this game next time when you come. To remember, right? So reality, game over is when you give up learning.
2 paychecks again. Wow, that's my second one now.
That's your second one.
Oh, good.
In life, the game doesn't end. In life, you keep playing until you die, but let's not talk about death. So it's the same in the game. You want to keep learning. You want to keep getting better and increasing and improving your position in order to be able to have more options in life. That's what we're aiming for. Ooh, apartment complex, down payment 75,000. Let's see if I still have enough cash, but I was able to reduce my down payment on all the other ones. So that means
wow.
Don't have enough, but I know that I'm in a good position and I have assets to sell. So in the future game, I'll have to see whether I'm going to be able to borrow this much. But for now I can, so I'm going to borrow the 11,000 that I need.
Oh, you can borrow.
Yes. So that gives me enough to be able to buy this one. However, it's only because I have properties with collateral that I'd be able to do that, because if it was the version that we were using with a credit score, if I didn't have any collateral behind that, I wouldn't be able to borrow most probably. Since I do, I have bought that one, and my passive income is still just less than my total expenses.
Oh, you're close to it already.
Yes.
On to you.
On to you. We don't have that one yet, and they are $5. I'm going to buy some.
Me too.
Oh, I have. Buy that amount. Okay, I am done.
Me too. I bought already.
Me too.
Okay. He's financially free, so even though he's downsized, it's probably not going to bother him at all.
Yeah, I got the passive income coming through.
Yes.
I have to go around 8 o'clock if that's okay.
It's all good.
Then what we might quickly do is we'll quickly do a debrief for you, Jade, so that you can debrief before you leave. And then John and I will continue a little bit. We'll see how Lisa is going and if she has still jumped in and out and seen what we've been up to.
Yes, I've been listening, just driving around. I just got home. I'll have to unfortunately jump off at 8 as well, but Love to hear the debrief.
Of course. So, Jade, first of all, I'd like to ask you how you enjoyed today and what you learned. And then I also wrote down a couple of notes, and we'll also share a little bit about what I noticed. But first of all, how did you enjoy the game, and what did you learn from what you've seen so far?
I'm loving it, and sounds like I'm a property girl. Got 2 property. There's a mutual fund, Grow for Us, and stock. This person, it's a airline pilot, which started with really good pay. Monthly income is 9,500, which I thought it should be good, but not really. Went into that two rounds of no payment for 4 months, so quite behind. That's my observation. I can't really control the expenses. If I can, I would try to spend less, I guess. And after you shared, I started a saving account so that when that happened again, at least I have some saving when there's no income. That's it.
Awesome. So I'm really happy to see that you changed your strategy, because that's what the game is all about. So when people first start playing, they play the same way that they do in real life. So if people are very cautious, they will do nothing to start off with because they're worried about everything. They're worried they're going to lose money on everything, and they will just watch and let everybody else do what they need to do before they do anything themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really good to see that you set up those savings accounts so that you'd have money on the side. You did get downsized twice. However, I was very curious. There were some really good share deals that were very cheap. And at that time, you were in negative and you were struggling a little bit. But it might have been a possibility for you to see if you could find a way to be able to join. So John, I know, was offering you some money at one point. And so I noticed that, and I think this is one of the big lessons from Robert Kiyosaki. He will talk about the fact that you don't want to say that you can't do something. You want to find a way to be able to do it. So I was very tempted to see if I could find a way to get that 200,000 down payment deal. Unfortunately, that one was just a little bit too early, but I was already looking at how I can do it. With regards to your shares, it could have been a possibility for you to have a look at how you'd be able to do that as well. So what I'd like to leave you with is, one, keep up the very good spirit that you have with regards to, if I see an issue, I'll see if I can find a solution and I'll implement the solution. So that was really brilliant that you went and set up those separate accounts so that you'd be able to save automatically. So that's really good. Well done. And then maybe see if you can have a look at where you can embrace opportunity where you think it might not be possible.
Yeah, and also leverage, use borrowed money to grow as well. But I think I was really just trying to find out what happened, so I wasn't really able to focus on investing or borrow money to invest that moment.
I think there are 2 interesting things from that point of view. One is you're more of a property girl anyhow. So shares probably not as much your thing. You like property more anyhow. So I could tell that you were placing more of your emphasis there and more willing to look for opportunities, even if you didn't have as much cash to get the properties. So I'd say that's probably one of your tendencies. And of course, the first time you play, you're going to do what you do in real life, because why would you do anything else? But if you can let go of that when you come and play again, then you're able to start seeing what happens when you do things differently to how you do it in real life. Because if you keep doing everything the way you've always done it, you'll get the same results. And the beautiful thing about the game is that you have no real money at stake, and you can test different things that you've never done before. You can borrow and see what happens. You can buy things that you wouldn't usually buy and see what happens. And without any consequences, you can see what happens when you change your strategy and whether it works out positively or whether it works out negatively. And depending on the circumstances of the game, obviously different things are going to be happening. Sometimes the economy is good, sometimes the economy is less good. So sometimes it will work out when you do something that's different, and sometimes it won't. So it's really good to be able to test and play around with those.
Nice.
So I know that
So-
you need to go at 8, but you were going to quickly say something still.
I mean, next time when we do this, is it monthly that you're running it monthly?
So we do it every 2 weeks. We are probably going to change it to the opposite to Tuesdays. And the reason for that is I have a very good friend who I have reconnected with, who's actually personally acquainted with Robert Kiyosaki. And on Tuesday nights, he actually has sessions, an inner circle that he's invited me to. And
Okay.
he actually invites his lawyers, his bankers, his advisors. And so I have got a seat at the table. And so what I want to do is I want to do that and then share some of what I learned from that in the next cash flow. So if I can alternate the week, then I can go to his event and share in cash flow, and then go to his event and share in cash flow. If I keep it the same weeks, then I'm only going to be able to go to one of them, which is cash flow, and I'm going to miss out on that opportunity of being in his inner circle. So
I see.
very soon we will be swapping the weeks, and I'll be going to that event so that I can share more of that information with you.
Okay. So that means it will happen every 3 weeks, is it?
So that will mean that instead of let's have a look, we are the first Tuesday of the month and the third,
Yep.
it will then be on the second and the fourth Tuesday of every month.
Okay. All right. Cool. Sounds
That's
good.
just
And
like
next time
swap.
we come, it will be a different. We'll start a different game, obviously.
And
It's a new
you
game.
can do either of two things. You can either start a different game or you can start a new game. But as I said, I'm setting up the 10-week course, and then you can go through the 10-week course. The first 5 weeks, you would be starting a new game every time. And then the 6th to the 10th game, you'd be playing a long, drawn-out game in order to be able to see what happens in a long-term scenario. So the first one is for learning in short bursts, and then you play one long one in order to be able to project out a number of years and test out a strategy on a long-term basis.
When does that 10 weeks start?
So I heard about the 10 weeks on Sunday. So Manel, who's just joined as well, joined me for lunch and shared some great insights into some amazing ideas on how we can make cash flow even better. So the idea is to have that ready for the next session. So we'll definitely make sure that lesson 1 is ready. And then I will pass on all of those information about that during the week to you all, because I'll stay in touch and let you know what we're up to.
Great. Awesome. All right. Thank you so much. Nice
Okay,
meeting
it
you
was
guys.
great having you. And
Thanks, Jade.
keep playing,
Thank you.
and I'll be in touch. And
Later.
thank you so much again for joining.
Likewise. Have a nice evening.
See you next time, Jade.
See you. Bye.
Ben. Thanks so much, Menno.
No, you are welcome. And it was good to see you as well. I hope you were able to get some insights into what we were doing. And I'm also looking forward to sharing with you some of those new things that I was talking about that, yes, will make a big difference in what we are sharing, especially when I'm able to go to that inner circle meeting. I'm very excited about that, because that is a group of very, very influential players that I've been able to get a seat at the table of. So I'm looking forward to being able to take some of that information and sharing it the week after, when I have been to that event.
Look forward to it, and appreciate all the insight as well. I'll join in the next session as well.
Sounds good. Always a pleasure, Lisa.
All right. Nice to meet you guys.
Thank you, Lisa. I found you on LinkedIn, by the way.
Yes,
Thank
I
you.
connect.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
have a
you.
good evening.
Okay. Good night.
Good night. Okay, so we still have John, who's still going strong, and Manel has joined. So feel free to log in. I think you are able to log back in. If not, Mladen will help you out with that. And then
Manel.
see if you can catch up to us, because we've already been playing for a while now.
Filipino kayo?
Sorry?
John, are you Filipino?
Yes. Kamusta?
Kumusta?
Oops.
I saw
Let's
you
find
on
each other in social media.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's a good game, actually. I enjoy this game.
It's a good game.
I am going to have to transfer myself some money because I am running a little bit lower, but I have a good deal that I definitely want to get. Let me quickly transfer some money from my savings account to my checking account.
It'd be good if I can lend money. In the future game, we should do it.
So I am looking forward to when we create the social, no, not the social credit score, the just credit score. Let's leave the social part out.
Yeah, that's China.
Go down the China route.
Yeah.
So it'll be good when we have the credit score so that you can get an idea of when you are able to borrow and when you're not, and also when you can reduce your down payment. So we'll create the rules around what you need to do in order to be able to get a good credit score.
Also, for lending money as well, because that's another source of passive income.
Yes, absolutely.
Actually, the reason I thought about it with Jade, because I lend money as well.
Yes.
I charge 25% per quarter. So
I saw that you were jumping straight onto that opportunity, which was really, really good. So I was going to mention that in your debrief. And yes, we'll get to that when we get to the end.
Menno, you're not in a room.
Oh, I'm not in a room. That is correct because I got kicked out, and
where am I?
now I'm going to have to join back in with you.
I think me too.
Join. So after a certain amount of time, once we start talking and we are not in the game, it will automatically kick us out so that we don't
Oh, there we
hold up
go.
the game.
Okay, I'm in now.
And so, Manel, you have taken my turn, but that's okay. I've saved.
It says
I
Sorry.
didn't end up buying the deal, so I ended up saving the money.
okay, so I think it's my turn here. Select card.
Good.
Okay, I'm putting a deal in. Do you have enough cash, Manel?
I still have cash.
You're
Are
not
you
in
just
the room.
starting?
Yeah, I do. And John, you're not in the room.
Am I not? Okay, I can see myself there.
So you've
Okay,
logged
hang
back in, but you still need to join the room.
Okay. How do I join? Oh, hang on, here it is. Sorry. I just so that it's fair. I just want to make sure that you got enough cash, Manel, because I think we're going for the second biggest deals now.
Oh, okay. Never
You
mind.
just want to make sure that you're, because I want to
Yeah,
show whether you continue a game or you're starting a new one.
I'll see if I can sell some shares later on, but I'm not
Doesn't it-
averse to borrowing if I have to when I have plenty of collateral behind me, because I have shares that I can sell, I have mutual funds to sell, and I've got property to sell in order to be able to fund and service those loans. So far so good.
Does anybody want to buy or sell you? Or can I press
They're a
done?
little bit rich for me, those ones.
Yeah.
Top of the market. So thank you, but no. Oh, and then it is my turn. Let's see what I come up with. Ooh, automated business. I will say yes to that. Let's see how much cash I need and how much I have. Ooh, that is good news. I need to borrow 2,000 and I can make that happen. But I will need to see if I can sell some at some point. I have some good assets, but I need to sell some in order to be able to pay down what I've borrowed now. All good. Ooh, laundromat business. Very nice. Okay, so that's another one of those ones that you had before, the limited partnership. So I don't think that's going to apply to anybody. So you can one. I like this quote because we were talking about learning from what didn't go right so well. Try to learn from your mistakes. Better yet, learn from the mistakes of others. Warren Buffett.
So I want this house, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Yeah. Yeah, why not? I don't have a house yet.
On the golf course, Robert Kiyosaki would love that one. Not a bad return on investment on that one either.
Yeah. 50%? What?
That is
There you
my
go, Mano.
baby,
You got another investment there.
baby number 2.
Mm.
I'm very
Well
fertile.
done. Congrats.
Sorry?
Well done. Congratulations. You got another baby. That's, I might go for
Yes.
100K deal. Does it? It can go over.
That's number 3. I've got 3 already. Wow.
Oh, you have? Oh, gosh. Okay. I'm going to try this one.
Nice.
Let's see how we go with this. Okay. Cost 200 grand. Down payment 200 grand.
So this is what you would call a dream on the outside of the board. So you need to pick which dream you are going for. This one has no cash flow. This one you can buy, but obviously there's no return on it. So unless it's something that you want to buy and you've got like millions and millions of dollars, it's going to benefit you very much. But on the outside, there are other deals such as Russian oil deals and there are gold fields. And
oh, okay. This one. Okay. Oh, I'm just a little short on that one. That would have been good.
Strike
Okay.
lucky and sometimes you strike out a little bit with those ones.
Oh, another house for sale.
Oh, wow.
You are liking your property today.
You are doing well, Manel. Wow.
Property today.
Manel's like, I want to come in and I want to catch up to these boys. I need deals. Give me
She
deals.
just did 2 in a row.
I'll buy some CDs. I'm okay with that. Oh, it's not going to let me use it. Ha, 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 ha. I'm going to have to transfer money first. Okay. Fine. Actually, there's an interesting list. So I like having jars, but there is a saying as well, and the saying says that it's very important to be able to have access to your funds immediately. So while it's good to have separate accounts in order to be able to have a jar system, it's still very important and very good. And from a time management perspective, which is something that I've been learning intensely recently, it is good to be able to have very quick access to everything that that you need. So it's something that you can keep in mind. Ooh, more property.
More property.
More property.
This one's not as there we go. Yep.
Okay.
Oh no, you had a
Oh.
baby and then you downsized.
Doesn't really bother me because if you look at my passive
Well,
income
yeah,
for total expenses, I can handle it.
yeah.
I have 1,625 coming in per month. So
Downsize again. 2
Downsize,
paychecks.
yes.
That's a
what
good
Menno can
Christmas.
do, I can do just as well.
Yeah.
Like, wow, the property deals just keep coming.
It knows what I've been thinking about.
Yeah.
You've probably been thinking about property since Sunday.
Since like, I don't know, the last
Apartment
month.
house. Do you have an apartment house buyer?
I have an apartment house. I don't know if I want to sell though.
$30,000 per unit, is it?
I've got 2
Oh, nice.
units.
$30,000.
30,000. How much did I pay for this one? Okay. Wow. Okay. I might sell mine. 30,000.
I'm gonna hold.
30,000 times.
Charlie just bought mine.
Ooh, damn. I got 30,000. Maybe get some more.
I've got 2 times 12 units. So that means that I should have twice as much.
All right. I might just sell all mine, eh? Okay.
How much is
So
the mortgage on this thing?
I've got 60 units in this one. Capital gains 600,000. Yeah, I'd go for it. Sell.
I am going to sell mine and use it to buy lots of other good things.
Yeah.
I'm going to double check. I've only had it for 4 months. I'm going to be paying a bit of tax on it, but it's time to start buying more big deals.
Yeah, half mine went to tax. I think.
Oh, I can't even.
A little bit less than I thought, but that's okay.
Yes.
Oh, it puts me almost back in the red. And since I'm downsized, my cash flow is now negative. But I have cash, so it's okay. Okay.
Say me.
To you, John.
I'm back in the rat race.
Same.
Okay, that's all right. Still got a lot of money to deal with. Should I go for the? Let's go for the massive ones. Payday, go for the board. You
As long
take
as
3
we're
friends.
strategic about it.
Wow, do you like golf?
Sorry?
Wanna come along?
Golf around the world.
Yeah.
You want to
Yeah.
come?
I'll come.
Maybe when I'm richer. Buy new speakers.
Man. Then we just started. I can't be losing money right now.
The question is, would it be something that you really do in real life, or is it something that you wouldn't really do?
No. No, I usually buy once and I buy quality. So if I already have speakers, if I don't have speakers, then I'll buy good quality. If I
Is that what you ended up
have
doing
speakers.
Tuesday? Did you buy speakers on Sunday, or was it something else?
Oh no, it was basics. I had to buy a white t-shirt because my last one got blood spattered on it from when I cut my finger. And I had to buy face wash and mint. That was it.
I'm glad you said, well, I'm not glad that you said when I cut my finger, but I'm glad that you didn't say when I was murdering somebody.
Yeah. Ooh,
You
car
can
wash.
sell it to us, can you?
I can sell that card to you.
Can you? Okay. That's it.
But
50,000.
just-
Investment. It doesn't have a sell for your side.
I don't know if I have enough money for this.
Oh, because you have to buy it first.
No, so Manel can sell it to you regardless of whether she has the money or not. She can buy it herself, or she can sell it to one of us.
Yeah. You want to sell it to me, Manel?
I'm happy to give you 500 for the card.
I'll pay you 600.
Or
Will you?
700 still good for me.
8, excellent.
I could go up to 1,000.
Because
That
you
all?
guys are interested in it, I'm thinking I'll buy it myself. Because it sounds like a good card.
John, I think we're cutting our own fingers. We're going to get blood stains.
No, I think she's just one of those astute investors. She looks at the market and
Yes,
realizes
she sees the market moving for it. She's like, the
Yeah,
sharks
why
are
is
swimming.
people
I'm
asking
gonna go
for
and
it?
take this.
the low
Sorry,
supply and demand.
Florence.
She's a smart girl. Major
That was my-
retailers moving to
I didn't-
I don't think anybody bought the shopping mall.
No, no one's got it.
So I'll just hit done on that one.
Apartment house buyer. Buyer offers 4,500 per unit in all units in apartments. 45, that's pretty good. How much did I pay for that one?
Oh, should have sold it at 45.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna sell it.
You still
Yeah,
have
money
one?
out. Yeah, I still have a
Ooh,
uh,
nice
12
sold.
units in this one. Yeah, sell it. 12 units.
I'm looking forward to finding a nice deal this time around so I can buy something good. I'm going to keep a sneaky eye on you, see where you are on the scoreboard.
Yeah, my passive income was 16,000 and now it's 570 bucks.
Oh, your wealth month is much bigger than mine, but I have more other people's money tied into,
Mm. Yeah,
which gets me a little higher on the scoreboard. But that's only for the competitive people.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't have another apartment house, so I'm good on that one.
and now spoken out of property again.
Ooh,
What about automated
no,
business
but
for
that's
sale?
automated business.
Mm.
You still have
Total investment 86.39. I don't know if I have cash.
Do you want to sell it to me?
Possibly. Let's see if I can afford this thing first.
I'm also interested, by the way.
Oh, sorry, boys. You guys are both interested. That meant
Ah, I could just keep saying, oh, I love that CD.
How are we going
Keep buying
to
the
show
CD.
no interest and yet be interested and get it?
Mm. Okay,
Ah,
go big, go big.
he's clever, this one. Oh, I went big, but sewer line breaks and I have an 8-plex. So that's 2,000 for me.
Mm.
That's okay. Let's keep going so another deal comes past soon.
Oh, shall we go big? Let's go big.
Oh, chicken
Chicken
franchise.
Cost
whoa.
300, cash flow 10,000.
So
But
2,000
I
a
think
month
that-
cash flow.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't let you like, I think it was going to do like a property. You can drop the down payment. Anyway, that's fine.
No, so this one, it is full out payment because when you play the big cards, they expect you to
Cool.
have a bit more solidness behind your bank account.
Yeah, that's good. Cool.
Okay, whatever you pick, I'm not interested. But if you want to
Yeah.
sell it, I'll be here. But I'm not interested.
Yeah,
I
you want to
really
sell it to
don't-
me? I'll buy everything you got, man.
Either, but we'll buy it if you don't want it.
I don't have any more money.
I didn't sell it to me.
I'll sell it to you. How much
much?
do you want for it?
$1,000.
Okay.
Okay, so how do I do this? Okay, buy.
So
Okay, thank you.
you can transfer money. So if you go to bank and you hit pay player, you can send out your money. You type in the amount that you promised to send her, select the player, and then you hit the pay button and it will transfer the cash.
Okay. I'll just transfer it to you then. Okay, so
You can look that
go to the
Vanilla
bank,
is nice enough to then
bank transfer.
sell to other player and actually transfers it to you and doesn't just run away with your money.
It says transfer from account to, what's his account here?
No, you need to do pay player.
Okay, so okay, I'll go back to the bank. Oh, there it is. There it is. Sorry, pay player.
All the way at the bottom.
Yep,
pay
got
player.
ya. And I got select player. $1,000. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So there you go. Thank you. Done.
Okay, and then Manel can transfer that one across to you.
Alright,
You,
Back, back in black.
Done. Looks like the deal is done. 8plex, 40,000
Oh.
down payment.
You want to sell to me?
I am going to get. I have plenty of cash. I happy to if I didn't have the cash, but I have to say that I am good for it though. But thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay, so this one. 8plex. Make it 8plex. Let's go big. How much have I got? Go big. Payday auto repair shop 48. Loan cash flow 6,000. Loan 0. I got plenty. Buy it. 6,000, 150. That's pretty good. Okay, buy. Overlook.
how did you get more other people's money so quickly? Did you buy those chicken coops?
No, I bought some stocks earlier for $1, and I bought like a whole heap of them, and it went up to $50. 50x.
Ah, John,
And then
out of the rat race.
and then yeah, then after that we bought everything that earns any assets builds up income. I just bought everything that's got a income producing.
Okay.
Are
I'm
you
not
into
out of the
crypto?
rat race yet.
Are you into crypto?
Well,
Bitcoin?
I bought Ethereum years ago, and then I was like,
Okay,
oh,
good.
I don't believe in this stuff.
Yeah.
And I wish that I
Yeah.
had helped. So
Yeah.
I have sold them years ago. But yeah.
Ethereum I
Anyway.
bought it for $109. It's over $5,000 today. That's only like 5 years. So that's the kind of return that I see here anyway. You know, when you see the big one, it's like they're so really low.
Hold them,
Just
or
buy.
have you sold some of them by this stage?
Sold them all. No, kept them all since 2016. I
And
just
still
kept
holding
going.
right now?
I'm still holding. My superannuation's on it.
Ah,
Everything's on it. I told you I'm hardcore. Actually, this game you have here, Mano, you should put this in the metaverse. You'd be surprised how much money you make out of it.
on the metaverse. Let me write that
Put this on the
down.
metaverse because people play a lot in the metaverse. Axie Infinity did play to earn, and you have to purchase it with crypto. Like Decentraland, for example, has to use mana as a currency. You sell the mana, a couple millions out of that, even billions, and then people can earn money playing it as well, earning off each other's mana. You do something similar to that with Cashflow. Do it on the metaverse. And then in the metaverse, you build NFTs on it so they can purchase the stuff like a bank, or so they can make money from the bank that people are using, stuff like that, buildings. They can, you know how you're selling these properties now for 400,000 here, $200,000 with a return of this much. You could make that property up, and actually people will buy that in real life. It's amazing. Anyway, it's something great to think about. So it's I love crypto. I just love it.
It is something that I have wanted to look into, and that we could then also include as real life learning for people to be able to create NFTs and learn from them by being able to buy and trade them inside the community and outside of the community as well. So I would love to see if we have a meeting with you in order to be able to discuss that idea.
Yeah. I'm not an expert, but I'm surprised that in Australia there is no expert, because the ones who said called themselves expert, I saw them on YouTube. None of them are experts. I haven't seen a single expert in Australia, even though they have this YouTube with many followings. They're reading it wrong. They don't know how to read the white paper. They don't know how to value, because they've never had stock market background. They don't know how to. They're just guessing, and they're listening to all the other narrative, and that's it. So I'd like to go to America and just listen to real experts one day. I'd like to go see Vitalik Buterin, the creator of Bitcoin, or yeah, all those people. That's gonna be my one day. I'll do that, but at the moment,
Do you guys want this?
I would love to know where you are up
I'll
to.
buy it off you.
So please, let's have a meeting at some stage to discuss,
Sure,
so that we can
I'd
look
love
at
to.
potentialities.
Actually, this one
But the
here,
return on
monthly
investment
cash
though
flow.
is negative.
Hey?
The return on investment is pretty.
Yeah, but you could use this as a capital gains play. So if I pay for it, how much is it worth?
I'm good, but
125.
no, thank you.
105,000 is not much of a play, yeah, because someone coming off 150,000. That's all good, thank you. No thanks.
Same for me. Anybody got a software company? I haven't seen one, I don't think.
Nope.
It's done on that one.
Okay, let's go. How much is that? Oh, I don't know. I'm maybe cutting too close. I'm almost gambling here. Going for the big ones again.
So it's interesting how your mindset will change when you have a
Parking
lot of money. You start to do things differently. I was reading about something recently about somebody who became extremely speculative when they had more money, and how they no longer followed their original rule.
Yeah, everything's got a system. And you stay out of the system, that's when you start losing money. I've seen that in the stock market world when I was a stock worker.
Yes.
Most people lose money because they were doing well and then they change.
And then
It's crazy.
I've got more money, I'm going to do something completely different. It's good to test on the side to see what works and to see if you get a better return, but not to put all your money on the new system.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can adapt. Like I think, Mano, I think you do options, don't you? You do covered calls, don't you, to make money?
Yes.
That's what you're doing. Yeah. See, that works. And then you can change it. And if you go into crypto, you can apply something similar to it, but it's a little different. But most people don't know, and they just change for the sake of changing because they get greedy or fearful.
Yes. So
Do any of you have,
sorry, what was that?
Sorry, Mano?
do any of you have Kruger ads?
No. Thank you for checking. So back in my cafe days, I used to have fruit and vegetable suppliers, and they would always give you really nice, good quality fruit and vegetables to start off with. And then over time, they would look for new customers and they'd give them the really good stuff, and then you'd start getting worse stuff. So what I would do is every 6 months, I would do 3 new ones and compare them to the original one. And I'd say, look, if you can continue to give the good stuff, then I will stay with you. And if your price is competitive, if your price doesn't stay competitive and you keep giving me worse quality, I'm going to swap to one of the other ones. So if they wanted to keep my business, they would match the price and they would keep the quality, or otherwise I'd go somewhere else. And it's the same thing with investing. So you can start out by saying, okay, I have my strategy and this works. Then you can test out something else on a small scale and see if you can earn more from that than your original strategy. But again, you need to learn it just as well as your original strategy. You need to be really good at it.
Yeah.
And then you say, okay, if I'm making more, you transfer a little bit more across. But now you hold to that strategy. And then you can keep looking for strategies that get you a better return, but you can still have your old ones to fall back on. So don't always just go into that new strategy until you've mastered it, but you can always fall back and you can test and see what is going to be giving you a better return over time.
There's always something to learn. Mano, what do you do in terms of money-wise investments?
I only have stocks. I've got some. I bought some more Ethereum recently.
Yeah.
But
Get some Solana. Solana,
and
Cadena are the 2 you want to buy if you're getting Ethereum.
Solana and Cadena.
Solana, SOL, and Cadena, KDA. If you like Ethereum, because Ethereum is a high gas fee, but the other 2 are faster transactions. They pretty much Ethereum 100 times better. But Ethereum will always be there because too many companies already adapted to it. They build on top of Ethereum. Okay. Apartment house buyer.
Anybody wanting to sell an apartment?
Ooh, hang on. How much is it buying for? 45,000 again. Whoa, I might do that again. Move 8. I bought it. It's 45,000 per unit, eh?
Yes, correct. So if you have 24 units, 24 times 5.
Oh, how much did I buy it for? I don't know how much I bought it for again. The cost.
All your information should be at the bottom. It will tell you your purchase price. Everything is down the bottom.
Okay,
for you.
so I got 4plex. I got. All right, okay. So I paid 125 for that one. 65, but that's 3 bedroom, 2 bath. That's a house. I'm good, thank you.
All good. Okay.
All good, thank you.
I will
I
continue.
messaged you on Messenger, Manel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a gift of, oh man, what's this? I could get this gift stuff. Anyway, no. Oh, hang on, I should have that. This is new buildings I needed.
Okay. That's it.
Okay, payday for Manel. See what I can come up with.
Card.
Oh, also payday.
Okay, I think it's my next card. Okay, payday house buyer. It's 3-bedroom.
35 for a 3.
3-bedroom. 130. It was 135. How much did I pay for that one? 60. Oh yeah, I'll sell it. No problem.
Manel might have some of these.
Yeah, I do. I don't know if it's worth it though, because then I'll be back in the rat race.
Yes, and just remember that you also have your capital gains tax. So depending on how long you've owned it, you will pay more tax if you own it for less than 12 months, and less if you own it for less, more than 12 months.
Yeah, they're all less than 12 months. I can't.
Look it up.
You can't, it's just more
Oh,
tax.
sorry, I forgot the
I
first one.
can, but I'd probably be best not to hold.
Water heater.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
Okay, yeah, I would definitely buy a new water heater.
that one you need. This happens in real life as well. There's not really much you can do about that. So.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll be cold.
Nobody
So
wants
big.
that.
Car wash for sale.
Car wash for sale. Yes, I say yes. I definitely say yes.
You sure you don't want to sell it to me?
No. You're expecting any other answer from me?
Let's see. Is this supposed to be much?
Okay. But I'll pass it over to you so you can find your own card.
Okay, let's see. Oh, should we go for another big one? Yeah, let's go big. Okay. Oh man, I'm not getting any of these. No.
Oh, run for mayor.
Hang on. He might help me. Does the mayor make money in this one?
No, otherwise it would say what your return is. So there's no return on this one. This one you just run for mayor, and it's a dream that you can achieve.
Okay. Maybe when I got 100 million. What?
Properties
You
come.
want to sell this? This is really good, man. Are you kidding?
No, I got money again.
You want to sell it?
I've read it.
He's looking to buy anything he can get his hands on. Okay.
Go big, man.
I'm going big. Not as big as you want me to go, but I'm going big.
Yeah. You want to sell that one?
I'm gonna buy. Hang on a minute. 15.
It's 115,000, and the most you can sell it was 150.
Yes. I'm happy to sell it to you if you like. Would you like it?
Yeah, how much you want for it?
What are you offering?
All right, $500.
Oh, you paid 1,000 for another one.
So you
It
want
was
1,000?
positive cash flow.
I'll give you 1,000. Yeah, those are positive cash. So this is like actually in a
You're
negative.
sabotaging my possibilities.
Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay, since it's negative cash flow, instead of 1,000, I'll drop 200 off the price and we'll make it 800.
Deal.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
So I've never received money yet. So how do I know what happens now? Okay, let's see.
And now I'll send you an invoice for 200 that I lost.
For $200? Okay, cool. Okay.
I'll pay you Monopoly dollars.
Okay. So now what's happening?
Okay, I trust that you're going to send it to, or that you're going to send me the money. So I'm going to start transferring the property across to you.
Cool. So I'll just send you the money directly right now. Okay.
Yes.
Pay to player. How much you agreed on? $200, was it?
No, 800. Manel's
All
paid
right. Okay.
200 that she lost me.
I'm only kidding. I was gonna pay you.
Oh,
But
like you. Am
I'm
I
joking.
actually
Okay, fine.
sending you 200?
No, I'm just joking. But you did lose me 200.
Oh, look at, guess how much you get to buy it for anyway. I bought it for 5 grand. 5,750. Done. So technically, my turn. Select card.
I am assuming.
Baby. Oh, congratulations. Okay,
Appreciate the payment. I saw it come in, so thank you for that.
cool. For now,
Yeah.
what do you reckon, Manel? How much do you want for it again?
I'm buying it. I have money again.
Are you sure?
For this one,
Yeah.
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 Ooh,
it's gone.
good pick. That's a
It's
good
gone,
investment.
it's gone. Software company buyer. I still don't think I've
Yes.
seen one of those come up. I don't think anybody of us owns one of
No.
those.
I'm still holding to my chicken franchise, trying to sell that off. Okay.
And then we might need to each have one turn each, and then I think it's time to start debriefing.
Okay.
Capitalist Peace Corp. Down payment. What does that mean?
So this is a business school in third world nations. So you're paying 200,000 to set this up. There is no return other than you're giving the opportunity for kids to learn about capitalism and how to make money so that they can achieve great things in their life.
No, I'm not that nice.
All learned out from their corporate jobs that ready for change. A lot of cash. Does anybody have a bed and breakfast?
I definitely don't. I
I
don't
don't have a bed and breakfast. Got properties, but not bed and breakfast. Nope.
Yeah, I don't either. Okay, at least I got a payday.
Furniture.
And I'm finishing with $300 worth of furniture. I say yes to that. Plenty of money, so I'll definitely say yes to that. Even if I didn't, I'll get some nice furniture. Okay, so we'll do.
Payday apartment. Okay, someone's paying 30,000 per
then
unit.
We'll finish up and we'll start debriefing.
Oh, ooh, yeah, maybe.
220.
No.
No.
I don't have any.
Anyone want to buy this? No,
I think you can only sell it if you have.
Oh, I can only sell it. Yeah, that's right. All right, so I've done that one.
No buying involved with that one. And then the last turn of the day.
Okay. Yeah.
Whose is that? Anyone want to sell it to me?
That's a nice one to finish up on if you've got the cash for it.
Okay.
Manel, you want some extra cash?
Sorry.
I think that is not happening for you, John. Taken.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's good.
that was a really good game, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It was good
Yeah,
to
same
have
here.
you join a little bit later on. And again, I appreciate your suggestions and your thoughts from Sunday. And you missed out on the market overview that we started with, but that's okay. You can catch the next one. So I'm going to get John to start. Do you want to share a little bit about what you got from the game and what your experiences were and your thoughts around what you managed to achieve throughout the game today?
Yeah. Because I read Rich Dad Poor Dad many years ago, probably before Manel was even born. So, I tried to put to practice what he's always put in, build all the assets that you can, especially the ones that are earning income. So the properties I buy are cash flow positives. I buy stocks that I know that I can value, which I had sold all of it now because I got into crypto. Also, even being the bank, he mentioned about you should learn to become the bank in one of his audiobooks, I think it was. I'm not sure if it was in Cashflow or if it was in Rich Dad Poor Dad. I tried to become the bank, and so I lend money out, usually on about 25% per quarter. So I lend out maximum 50K, but I only lend out to investors. So they seem to want to spiral. I don't lend anymore because I put everything on crypto as well. The
Depends
game
on
is very
which
close
one's gonna give you a
to
better
real
return.
life. Sorry?
Depends on which one's going to give you a better return. So whether
Crypto, hands
lending
down.
out's going to give you a better return, or the crypto is going to give you a better return.
Crypto will give you a better return. If you put it away like a term deposit, you can get 12, 24, 25% as a term deposit on top of the crypto growth. So it's a lot higher than the private lending. The game is very close to what you would do in real life. My opinion. If you're high risk, or I don't feel high risk. Like if you in your game you have properties, I don't see them as high risk in this one because it shows the what yield you're gonna get.
Yes.
I just wanted to test out what you guys do. Yeah, hopefully I get to meet you guys in person and play Cashflow. I've got that board game. I've never been able to use it. So yeah, so I got 101 and 202. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed meeting other players and investors. So from beginners to medium, intermediate, and advanced. So like Lisa, for example, we got similar background with Lisa. Also have economics background with her. Yeah, I think she quite understood. Like even though you've got that background, it doesn't mean you know what's going to happen. You know what to do with your money. It's really rare. I was doing stockbroking for years before I realized if I didn't read Rich Dad Poor Dad, I wouldn't know. Yeah, I know that. And it's nice to meet Manuel at the very end as well. So thank you for joining us, Manuel. And thank you, Manuel, for hosting the show or this game.
You are very welcome. So I appreciate all your words and what you shared, and you have some very, very good insights. I was very interested, though. I noticed three things. One was that there was a land opportunity that unfortunately you didn't take, which had a very good return. So I was curious, what held you back from getting that land deal?
I think that was early in the game. So you still got to watch your cash flow when you're investing or doing business. Cash flow is thing. If you don't watch for that, you could lose and go bankrupt. So it's more of I would have taken it like if I was in a position I know. I think I'm on an asset of about 1.3 mil. I would have probably taken that. But if I was like at the beginning of the game, yeah, we don't know when the opportunity where you can resell it will be, and you don't. You only risk what you can afford to lose. So if that's the
I was
case,
also quite lucky that one came up quite quickly. So that was
yeah, I was kicking myself in the head actually, but then again, that's like real life is the same as well.
Yes.
People who didn't buy Bitcoin are kicking themselves in the head,
Well,
or sold it early. Yeah, same thing.
Or sold it like I did.
Sorry?
Or sold it like I did because I didn't do
Everybody.
well.
There's 13 of us who started. I was the last one. I was the only one that was left out of the 13 of us who invested. And I just kept buying and buying and buying to the point I even put my superannuation. So I believe strongly. I think it's the lowest risk investment asset in the world, in my opinion, only because I'm totally anti-government control of my private property, such as my money. Where your fiat money, like your dollar, you're guaranteed to lose 3% per annum on inflation in the bank. Real inflation, you're actually losing 12% per annum. So you put money in the bank, guaranteed rate to lose. That's why I don't save. I don't think I ever save. I keep everything in crypto. If I need to buy anything, I'll actually spend the Bitcoin. I have an app that I used to, if I want to buy coffee, I just use my Bitcoin to buy it. I try to hold it cash. I work at the moment as well and have investment, and all this money just goes straight to crypto because I have no debt. So that's why I try to plan ahead. Kiyosaki said he plans like years in advance, and that's what I want to do. I want to plan years in advance till after I'm dead. And I enjoy it. I enjoy working. I enjoy the investments.
Yeah.
And meeting people like you two, for example. I enjoy this.
Yes.
Yeah, like community aspect.
Absolutely. And then I wanted to also share, I really, really loved when you wanted to lend it to Jade. So we had Jade just before you, or she left just as you were joining Manuel. And John wanted to lend money to her just like he does in real life. And this is very, very clever because you can undercut the bank a little bit, even though we've actually made the borrowing interest rate a little bit more normal compared to the board game where it's crazily insane high.
Yep.
So it makes it a little bit realistic, but you can still lend to other people and create different deals, which is a part of what we want you to learn from the game. So that's really amazing. So well done today. That was a great game, John.
Yeah, it was. I was hoping she didn't know the interest rates that you've set, so I wasn't being nice to her. It's all business. I was gonna charge you 25% per quarter.
Yes. No,
That's
it's
100% annualized.
all good, all good. And then for you, Manel, and I'm going to see if I can unplug my computer for a second again, because my network seems to be a little bit better when my phone is plugged in rather than the computer. And hopefully the computer survives for a bit without power because it's running a little bit lower. Hopefully you can hear me okay.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So I'm really wondering whether you were thinking about property, because I ran a workshop just like I'm thinking of starting that we discussed on Sunday. And we used to do I think it was a 5-week program where I would teach cash flow in stages in order to be able to prepare people to play the more advanced version. It was in person, not online like we were planning to make videos on it. But the interesting thing was that we had somebody come and they were playing and they were talking about, I don't want a baby, I don't want a baby, I don't want a baby, I don't want a baby. And they landed on baby 7 times. So when you think about something, what you focus on, you're going to attract.
Yeah.
And so the fact that you were attracting so much property and it was good property and you had the money to buy it, I'm wondering whether there was anything that you were doing this week that that put you into the thought pattern around property at all.
Oh, yeah, certainly. I have been inspecting properties, and I actually almost bought 2 different ones.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but then I thought I'm going to go for something. I'm changing my strategy. Oh, they're good investments, but I think I can make a better investment stage. So, yeah.
So I'm keen to still do that one-on-one with you, like I promised, in exchange for your suggestions and the product creation session that we did, to have a look at that strategy, because you mentioned that you wanted to be able to see whether your strategy was correct for you. So I'm looking forward to still doing that with you.
Awesome.
But that was just a very quick observation that I noticed. From your point of view, what did you notice about the game today? I think it was a little bit different to how your games usually go, because it was boom, 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 buy, buy, buy. And I find it interesting when your real life is starting to mimic. And I think that your life has changed a little bit with regards to your investing. And I think I noticed that in the game today. But what were your observations, and what did you notice today?
Yeah, certainly that. I think when I first played, which was not very long ago, when I first played, I was quite conservative and I was like, oh, I don't know about this, blah, blah, blah. But ever since then, I mean, as soon as I started playing Cashflow, I started thinking, like, if I can play a game about it, I don't know why I can't just translate this into real life. So after I played my first game, I told you I bought some stocks. I did calculations on other things, but properties and things like that. And I've been thinking about business for many, many, many years. And I've almost gotten into a few, but haven't found the right partners. So I would say that over time I've become
Watch this space.
Yeah. So I think that over time, like ever since I think this game has given me a lot more confidence in the real world. So I'm a little bit less, thank you, a little bit less risk averse, and also because I've already crunched the numbers, right? So I know the basic figures of what is good now. Although I'm sure I'm not an expert. Yeah, so I was definitely a little bit more willing this time.
No, I was very happy to see your progress, and I am looking forward to seeing what you do as time goes on.
Thank you.
And I also wanted to say thank you for inviting somebody else. I know that they haven't come yet, I think, but thank you for that.
Time.
It's all good. I appreciate that you've done that. because we want to be able to grow and be able to do more for more people. There was something else that I noticed as well that I wanted to share about your game today, and that was your confidence around seeing how interested John and I were in that first deal, that you weren't sure whether you were going to take it or not. And then all of a sudden, even though you were on the brink of not really being able to afford it, but you saw how interested we were, and you were thinking, if they are that interested, I should probably take it because it must be a good deal. So that was brilliant to see, because when you can start to see what the market is doing, when you can start to understand how everything fits together, you can create deals really quickly, like I was talking about on Sunday, where after playing the game for 12 years, 13 years, I'm losing track of time. I can very, very quickly know exactly how much I'm willing to offer for a deal. I'm very quick at being able to piece everything together because of experience playing. So from that experience that I just saw there, I would say that you're also starting to pick up on that in the basic level. So I'm also enjoying and looking forward to watching you be able to do that more and more.
Thank you.
You are very welcome.
Two other things.
Yes.
I reached 2 milestones for this one.
Which
I
one?
reached minimum 7 real estate properties with positive cash flow and investing in 4 more asset classes. So I've got the diversification tick
Wow.
as well, which I'm happy with because I didn't get any ticks previously. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. First time.
Ah, very good. So I think that really demonstrates what I always talk about, which is the first time you come and play, maybe even the second time, you just do what you do in real life, because you just have to understand what the game is and what it's doing. Some people push past that a little bit, but it's quite normal for people to just play the way that you play in real life. But once you can get past that and you can start testing out different things that you wouldn't otherwise do, obviously there's nothing to lose, because if you go bankrupt, it's just a game. There's no money that you've lost. But being able to test different things is really valuable in being able to test out different strategies and being able to see what does and doesn't work, what you feel comfortable with, what you don't feel comfortable with. So it is very encouraging for me to be able to see you do that. So well done for pushing past your comfort zone and starting to test things. And yeah, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And in this case, there is nothing to lose, which is really good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. Was that both of them, or was there a second one? I think you said there were 2 things you wanted to still share.
Oh, sorry, I meant 2 milestones.
Okay. Oh, good.
Yeah.
I thought I'd just double check just in case. Okay. And then last but not least, Mladen, what would you like to share and what were your thoughts? And is there anything you'd like to add that I haven't mentioned about anything that happened in the game?
Not much this time. It seems this group is more interested in virtual money and digital money. So I think people should be more open into diversification through different classes. Otherwise, this is not for them. So this is something that is real, tangible, and there is opportunity there, unless I mean, this would be interesting when we start to include options in a simulator and options in cryptos. Then we may be more interesting for someone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but still, but what I say, people should be open into different opportunities, not just to be in one asset class. And what people are doing now, is it for capital gain or for passive income? I shared a document that is shared by Robert Kiyosaki team with second version of Cashflow 101. And before, and Marnell, you didn't come at the beginning, so I sent you that. That is official part of the second version of the board game. What you are doing now is cards from the very first version, and very soon we are going to add other versions of the board game. So you will see a difference. Well, that'll be all from me.
No, also very valuable, and thank you for your thoughts and feedback as well, because you have a very good overview of what's happening compared to even me, who is playing. And so I do my best to take some notes so that I can share some things that I've noticed. So we are going to slowly wrap up, but I really appreciate you being here. I'm looking forward to introducing the new things from the meeting on Sunday so that we can create more value. And I am looking forward to assisting where I can with the journey to creating greater wealth and more financial freedom and passive income. This morning in the live stream that I do, so every morning at 8 o'clock, I do a live stream that I then also put onto the YouTube channel. We started reading Ray Dalio's book called Principles. And it was talking about the fact that his father wasn't really around because he was a jazz musician and always up late and sleeping in late on weekends. And that later he developed a better relationship. But I think the thing that I want to share about that is that when you are able to understand how the game of money works, when you understand how the game of life works, you can create the opportunities that are important for you, which means that you can have more time with your family, you can have more time for the things that are important to you, and you can devote time and energy to projects to better the world. So that is something that I really want to encourage. And if you are available at 8 o'clock in the mornings, I'd love to have you for the readings. And otherwise, you can also watch the replays. And I am open to any suggestions and ideas around those as well, because that's a little project that I really enjoy reading and sharing my commentary and thoughts on those. So thank you very much for attending. Thank you for supporting. And I'm looking forward to working together with you and staying in touch and creating amazing deals and amazing life circumstances together.
Sorry, Menno. What is your YouTube channel?
So my YouTube channel is The Passive Cashflow Club.
I think I saw it actually. I saw you reading from the passage.
Ah, that could be if you went to the YouTube channel, yes.
Oh.
Or
Okay, I'll subscribe to it and I'll find it.
do you, most of the newsletters and a couple of other things I send out actually have some information about it. If you'd like to know more, send me a message and I will make sure that I can get you the details.
Is that your screen? Is that it?
That is me, yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I'll subscribe. Good stuff. Thank you very much.
No, you're welcome.
So what's the next game going to be?
So the next game, I have to check because I'm going
Yeah,
to...
I did watch this.
Ah, you did watch it.
Yeah, I shouldn't say I'm a bit of a stalker, but like if I want to take it...
Bloodstains on my white shirt, stalking. This is getting very creepy.
Like if I want to get advice from someone, I'm going to research them first. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so...
Totally makes sense.
That's good.
Okay, I'm just joking. Life is good. Life is good.
Okay.
That's good, Menno, because there's a lot of chunky people out there saying so. It's
Yeah,
good.
what is
I also looked up Menno as well. I wasn't just gonna follow his one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything negative about him. It's quite. We'll see how we go over the next couple months.
I'm very glad that I've passed the seal of approval. Whew.
Yeah, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's lots of resources. So let me know how I can help. And I'm going to leave you to enjoy your night. Thank you again for joining. Without you joining, there's not much that we can offer. See you all again next time. And
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Melvin, as well.
yes,
Thank you, Logan. This is very fun.
Yeah.
have a great weekend, everyone.
Thank you
Okay.
then.
You too.
Good night. Bye.
Bye. Nice meeting you all.